Hello, my name is Kafui Dey. My guest is Grandma Mavis Hyde. And before the conversation, if you send money back home to Ghana, you need to hear this. Lemfi is the app to use to send money from the UK, Europe, Canada, or the US straight to Ghana with zero transfer fees. You can send directly to bank accounts or Momo, and your people back home receive it within minutes. The exchange rates are competitive, and the app is secure and safe to use. And here's a bonus. When you sign up and use my referral code, Kafui, you get cash back on your first qualifying transfer. Plus, every time you send money, you earn reward points you can use to transact later. Plus, every time you send money, you earn reward points you can use to transact later. Download the Lemfi app now and use my code Kafui when you sign up. A message from our sponsor. Queuing for your favorite wache, we can accept it. If there's one thing that Ghanaians can relate with, it's queuing. Queuing for trotro, we can accept it. We adjust. We survive. In fact, if queuing was an Olympic sport, we would win gold. But one thing we can't accept, it's queuing to swap your MTN SIM. Swap your MTN SIM yourself in minutes. Visit the My MTN app or dial *1333# to get this done ASAP. No more standing, no more sweating, no more who be the last person. Do it yourself. Simply swap it everywhere you go. And now back to the conversation. She's been in Ghana for over 60 years. Her name is Grandma Mavis Hyde. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And
thank you.
Happy belated birthday. This year, 20th March, you turned 90. What's it like to be 90 years old?
It feels pretty good, actually. Yeah, I'm very lucky. I'm breathing the same sunshine as you, and I'm sitting in a chair like you, and I'm speaking to a nice gentleman like you.
Thank you.
With a lovely smile.
Just like yours. How did you spend that day when you turned 90?
Well, I was going to go to the beach and talk, because I put a lot of my husband, when he passed away, ashes into the sea. Mm-hmm. But other people had a bigger mind hidden behind, and they'd organised to bring food here. Mm-hmm. And there were few of the physically challenged people, mostly amputees and things like that. And they'd done some food and that, so we had that. Mm-hmm. And then my great-grandchildren arrived. The one I've just had from my eldest daughter, Emma. Emma's the granddaughter. Okay, I get confused at the moment. Mm-hmm. And my Kukwili, her name is Sylvia. Okay, and that's her daughter. She's a barrister.
Okay.
Yeah, in Ghana.
You had a good time on the birthday?
No, not really. Mm-hmm. I wanted to do so much more. I wanted to share it more with people in the world. I don't know. I really don't like parties very much, to be truthful. I've done a lot of functions and I like to be with a crowd of people. No, but I didn't like anybody doing anything special, really. I mean, they did it with love in their hearts, everyone who helped me. Charles came all the way, I don't know, in one African countries, the amputee, who represents Ghana now. But I don't know, I just don't like parties very much for myself, that's all.
Yeah. If you look back at your long life, what have you learned that you can pass on to us now that you've reached 90? What's important?
The importance of knowing who allows you to be here and who gives you the strength to be here. Because I know deep down in my heart it can only be our Lord Jesus. It can't be anyone else. It can't, there's nothing else around. And if I can always know that he's holding my hand, and I always know he is, so that's all the credit goes to my master. And the other thing that comes back through me is the happiness from the person. It's not just about talking, because we talk plenty in Ghana, but we haven't got plenty action. but try to follow everything through with a positive action at the end of it. And it's not always money they need. It just needs that extra smile, that extra hug, and whatever challenge they have, you are not there for their challenge. You're there because they are very special people, and you're able to be part of them and to feel part of what they are too, and to know. Because I was in an orphanage, so I suppose that's part of that. It's part of just trying to gel with another person. A guy who's a professor now in Abu Dhabi, he said, "Why do you like people of colour?" I said, "What a stupid question to ask me. You are such a smart man." I was brought up in an orphanage with people of colour. What a privilege. So I'm outside in the world. Why would I think that anybody is a different colour than me? What on earth has that got to do with life? We all breathe the same air. And it gets me a little bit frustrated sometimes. And that they can think that. But they do. I don't mind. I did when I first came here. And the children were following me. Blofonia, Beatole, Preparino. And you have to have a bag of pennies. And then I thought, I'm not doing that anymore.
No.
Are you with me? That isn't the way to go forward. And so, yeah, I don't know why. Sometimes do we ever know the reason we love anything, or why that tastes good and that tastes bad, and we don't really know.
No.
But we have to trust in our Lord. And I've seen so many people pass away from this earth, and I'm thinking, well, I'm still here. Sometimes I don't know why, because I haven't got anything, really. I don't own my own house in England. I don't own this. This belongs to Ghana. I don't own anything. I just have the privilege of being here and being able to do any small thing positive. And if you can change anybody's life to make it a wee bit better, it's a blessing.
Amen.
A real blessing. It's like what you're doing. Creating awareness now. It's amazing. I've done PowerPoints in America, everywhere, even countries I haven't spoke the language, because I worked in, the UN for a while. Not as a qualified person like you, cleaning the toilets. Very happy to clean a toilet anywhere, me, if I get an honest penny.
You talked about your Lord Jesus Christ. How did you find him? Or how did he find you?
I found him at Cliff College.
In the UK?
Yeah, that's where I was introduced to Billy Graham.
Did he come for like a crusade or something?
Crusade! Britain was alive. Our churches was as full as yours. We marched from Manchester to London, praising the Lord, praising him. Got to Wembley Stadium, thousands of us, singing. First time Britain was alive. It was just after the war, and everybody had freedom. And we all danced and we did everything. It was because of Jesus and because of the faith. And although we weren't involved in other faiths, although we were aware there were other faiths around us, because obviously there must have been, but I was not intelligent enough to know anything about that at that particular time. And that's why you see in here now. This is a prayer garden at the back there for all faiths, because I've worshipped in all faiths. When the airport, every time I travel to an airport, that's the first place I go for my comfort ride, is the prayer room, to give me comfort on my flight. And there's always, it doesn't matter what nationality, we're all together in the same prayer room. Whatever religion we are, we're all together as one for that, for Jesus Christ. If he accepted me, I'm sure we can come together. I hope so.
How old were you when you met Billy Graham?
I can't remember. The date is officially somewhere.
Okay.
If you go to Cliff College, you probably see it. But I think I was about 19 and a half, something, because I went with my choir from the Wesley Methodist Church in England, yes.
What was Billy Graham like in person?
Oh, you couldn't speak long because there were queues. There were people queuing up for days just to say you're saved. And after that, talk about angels singing. All of Britain was singing because at that time the bombs, the aftermath of what happened as well, it still was with us all. So I don't really know what to say about that, really, to be truthful.
So you were in a queue and you get up to him.
Oh,
and
you
he-
had to queue.
Okay.
Oh my, you had to queue in a queue about 2 miles long.
What?
Yes, you're joking.
Wow.
You couldn't even get in Wembley. You couldn't get anywhere. Marching. His son is teaches and that, but you know, there's always someone. I'm sure we've had great preachers in Ghana.
Oh, yeah.
I've been to a couple of dues in Ghana at Black Star Square, where we prayed all night, and I've been bitten with the mosquitoes and all that, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. Because you see, when that person gets up and he starts, the Spirit comes, and he had it. Yeah, and it was the right time at the right place, wasn't it?
Did you feel a change when he said, what did he say? You're saved. He said it?
You're saved. I said, can I do what I want now? He said, well, you've got to always remember. I think he saw me as a cautious person. I think he said, you ought to remember not to do too many naughty things. And I said, okay, then. I'll do my best.
That's it.
I'll only do my best.
I want you to rewind all the way back to some of your very earliest memories. What are the things you remember from when you were a very little girl?
From what age would you say?
The youngest. What are your oldest memories?
The first best thing I do when somebody said they wanted me from the orphanage. Because in those days, when you were an orphan, you had to stand there and they had to look at you and see if you perhaps fit the bill. They'd get sent to 1 or 2 places, and I was rejected, and I was sent back to the orphanage. So, but there was an old lady who didn't want to see my picture. They just had my name, and they said, bring her. And I went. She was an older lady, yeah. So I called her Grandma and Grandpa. They were the first people who hugged me. Nobody ever hugged me before then. And I was about 13 and a half. And that's why now, when I see anybody, I've got the audacity to touch them and hug them. Not many of them shirk away. Some do.
First hug at 13.
Pardon?
You got your first hug when you were 13.
Yes.
Wow.
I don't remember any hug since then. Nobody held me. And there's many, as we're sitting here today, many of our precious children in Ghana. But I've always had this wonderful feeling about Africa, that every child is loved, somehow. Even when all the ladies came here with the cerebral palsy children were the worst, and I took it to Canterbury Cathedral, to the Archbishop, and everybody just looked at them, well, it's just another part of Africa. You know, and they didn't seem to see, you know, what I was asking them. I wasn't asking them really for money. I was asking them for prayer and the ability that we could ship items here. But then we found doors open here where you do have ability here and where you do manufacture here, and you do go 1,000,000 miles here to turn things around. So there are many wonderful people here that have never been seen. It's amazing. And if you can help someone as you pass along, then your living will not be in vain.
Have you ever wondered about who your parents would have been?
No, I had a little inkling, a little bit of wind blew my way, but it broke my heart and I closed the door permanently. I never wanted to know. Never wanted to know, because my love fell for Jesus. And I thought, well, if he's good enough for me, then I'll have to put. And the ones who took me with warts and all.
Yeah.
Warts and all.
I'm just thinking back to what you said about how people would come around and then they would look for the child that they want, and if they didn't like you, then they would reject you. So what was it? Did they line you all up and then people would come and choose you? How did it work?
Actually, what they did in those days, they took pictures, and they were going around selling them. They were called Penny a Smile, and they took pictures of you and you had to buy them. And I don't know what it was all about. I just remember that it was a dark place. I didn't have any happiness. I don't think I had. I'm not bothered about what I didn't have, because I still was alive anyway. And there was a lot of the people that were sent to Australia. I was very lucky.
From the orphanage?
Oh, from all over the UK. We were just treated of what they did to in Africa. Well, your people were shipped to many countries all over the world. Mm-hmm. I've seen the consequences of it all in many countries. Yeah.
Where was the orphanage located, where you lived?
I can't even remember the name. I think it was Lichfield, I think so, but I never get those memories. Mm-hmm. I brushed them away. I brushed everything away, like out of my mind. And I still do that now. If you hurt me too much, I'll brush you out of my mind.
Just like that?
I have to do. Because pain is pain. You know, your body can take, you know, you can only take so much pain. And then if you do that, then you can't give any love, any kindness, any smile. And you've got to make someone laugh. If you can just make someone laugh, that's a lot. It makes them feel comfortable. And I can't say much more about that. I'm just very, very, very grateful that it was taken, because there was not just me. So many babies were put on those boats to Australia. They were treated awful, awful. Some of them are now still finding them. Their brothers and their sisters were horrible. And I've been to Australia, know Australia pretty well, because I stayed with the Aborigines, because I always stay with the person who the country belongs to.
Indeed. Good.
And when I was in America, I stayed with the Indians. They are American.
Really?
Oh yeah, in the teepees, yeah.
Yeah.
I can cook from the ground.
So you're 13, and then Grandma and Grandpa come pick you?
No, I was dropped off.
Who dropped you off?
I can't remember. A car dropped me off. They knocked at the door, and nobody answered the door. So I got ready to cry, and I thought, I've got to go back in that vehicle and nobody's going to have me. But a lady next door came running out. I always called her Auntie Mary. Mm-hmm. And she said, I'm looking after the little girl. The little girl. Oh, she was a cook at the school at Kidsgrove. She was the head cook.
Did you have the name Mavis then, or they named
you?
Yes,
Mavis.
You had Mavis already?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know who named you?
I don't know. Mm-hmm. Never thought about that. Never gave it any thought, actually, to be truthful with you.
Okay. And what was your last name, Mavis?
Adams, ADMS.
Okay.
Like on the butter.
Yes.
So I assumed over the years I was a millionaire and all the family made the butter. It's a good thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah,
I like butter very much.
Make the stories.
With or without salt. Yeah, I do.
So you joined what was the name of the family that you were dropped off at?
Waterson.
The Watersons.
Waterson, Warton.
Okay.
Waterson, yes.
What was it like living with them?
Absolutely lovely. Beautiful food. And a big old-fashioned fireplace in the middle, and then water boiled in that end, and we baked cakes on the other, because she was the chef at the school. So everything, and we ate out of the garden. We used to go and pick the apples, dig up the potatoes, and do everything. Yeah, it was lovely. Pick the strawberry, everything. Made our own jam. We did everything.
Did you have siblings? Did they have children?
They had never had any children. They had enough with me. She said that we were waiting for a gift from God, so you came along, Mavis. I was lucky, wasn't I?
Yes. Yes.
Lucky,
What are some of the
someone-
beautiful memories
Yeah,
that you have?
I nursed her until she was 99.
Wow.
He died earlier on. He was a soldier in the war.
Mm-hmm.
He got gassed in Germany. Yeah.
What was Britain like post the war, after the war?
After the war.
Yes.
Very difficult. We didn't have a lot of food. You had to queue. They liked sausages and meat, and I didn't really like that because I didn't like the idea of eating animals, and I was a little bit of a vegetarian. I didn't realise about vegetarian in those days, but I thought I might be eating something else or somebody. So I was, and we hadn't had good food, I don't think, in the orphanage. If I did, I do not remember. I cannot even tell you of a meal I actually ate. So I don't know.
Were you going to school in the orphanage before you joined the Wattersons?
I couldn't write my name when I came out of the orphanage. I couldn't read a book.
At 13?
Yes. I couldn't hold a pencil. I didn't know. And I couldn't see the board or any blackboard. My vision was bad.
Wow. So you went to school for the first time when you joined the Wattersons?
Yes, the only time I remember going to school, if you want to know the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I don't remember going to school before then. Yeah.
What was your favorite subject when you started going to
I
school?
didn't have a subject because I didn't know what subjects were. How would I know what a subject was? And I couldn't read a name on a book. And I couldn't write my name.
How long did it take for you to learn how to write your name?
Not long. Not long. It was near Christmas time and somebody bought me a book. And I thought, oh, I cried and cried. Beautiful picture on the front, and I opened it. Beautiful pictures. And the grandma had bought it specially for the pictures because she knew I couldn't read.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. I said that I'm going to learn to read. I'm going to learn to write.
Did you learn by yourself or somebody taught you?
No, she taught me. There was no facilities. There was no aftercare. The aftercare you had was 2 and 6pence a week, a month, pocket money. That's 2 shillings and 6pence, pocket money. That was the aftercare.
What did you spend your pocket money on?
Sweeties. Sweeties. And the old man, her husband, smoked, and 5 cigarettes in a packet, Woodbine.
Mm.
Yeah, so a pen, and we share. Was it Cadbury's cream chocolate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one for the doggy as well, because they bought me a doggy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy times?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. So much love. And so much kindness. Didn't mind about my warts, didn't mind about my bad temper, didn't mind me about my anger. They didn't mind. Just set me warts and all.
Good people.
I'm very lucky. Yeah.
When did you leave home?
I think when I was about 20, 21, went looking, went searching. I was heavily involved with the church as well, but ran away from that too. Ran away for space, ran away to breathe. Everybody said there might be a dream there or there might be a dream there. So you follow your dreams. And then I went on a bad path of life. So I'm not going to discuss that issue, but it was a wrong way of the way I went about it. And I can't put anything right by saying it now because God knows it all. So I have to do my penance for that one day, okay? And so I can't put that right. By speaking about it on air will not make a scrap of difference or anywhere else, even when I get to the moon. But it will be all right when I get to Jesus and the Lord.
So you leave home. What was the plan? You
I
left
didn't
home
have
to
a
do
plan. I got on a train.
what? Going where?
Nowhere. Where the train stopped.
Where did the train stop?
I've always done that. Was it Stoke? I can't remember. I had a scout and I went on 1 or 2 trains.
Okay.
There were a lot of people like me from orphanages and children of our age who were like the new generation, like you pretty ones here today. You're the new generation, you know. You're the new generation, and it was my time, wasn't it? It was time for me to fly wings and do what I wanted, do all the naughty things I wanted to do, because I wasn't ever going to achieve it. If I was a very good little girl, I wasn't going to ever achieve anything. You couldn't, because there wasn't a lot of things about. But there were plenty of people.
Yes.
And there were plenty of people of mixed races as well. Though I was like just down soul. That was it. Just happened what happened. But out of the badness came a lot of goodness. And that's the main thing. So you have to be positive.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. You make a mistake, you ask God to forgive you. You carry on your life and don't do the same mistake again. Unfortunately, sometimes you do, but
It's human.
you have to carry on again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you clutch at another straw.
Yes.
If that straw breaks, then here's another one.
Keep clutching.
Pardon?
Keep clutching at straws.
Yes, always. I always have a dream. I've always got a dream.
What was your dream when you were 20? 1956.
Yeah, a funny thing. I still was looking for hugs.
Okay.
I was still looking for hugs and kisses, I think. Yeah. Didn't care where I got them. Didn't care how I got them. Yes.
So you pretty much understand what's it like to be an orphan.
Very much so. But you don't carry the pain. I think what you think you carry is the shame. But if you want to. But I have various sayings, and Philip Mampu will whisper it to you after. I won't say it for anyone else to hear. But I say these sayings, you know, to refresh me, to make me feel I've said something of the anger point out of me. Yes, yes.
What was the stigma like being an orphan?
Well, when I couldn't get in a queue to be saved. There were many places I went. I felt, even the choir, I used to be able to sing in those days. If I wasn't a good singer, I thought I was a good singer, and I wanted to sing. Not only in my church and that. I don't know really. These questions are difficult, to be truthful. You tell half a lie and half a truth. You know you do when you answer questions like this that are thrown in your face. Like you try to be as flexible as you can.
Exactly.
You know, you can't hit the nail right on top of the head. Like to hit many a person on top of the head when I see them, but you can't.
Were you a fighter when you were young?
Well, you do fight in an orphanage. Well, how? I would probably not have a pair of shoes on the same. I might not have. If I didn't have taken my shoe off something and put on my foot.
Did you win a lot of the fights?
Pardon?
Did you win a lot of the fights?
No, I didn't want to win. But I must have achieved. I don't think it's about winning. I don't think we win anything, really. I think it's about achievement. Even when a man wins a race, you've, I know you've won, but you've achieved.
Yes.
And the first thing you get from winning is the glory, the joy and the glory in your own heart first. It's, you know, then the general public you can follow after. But you have to be honest, and it's about yourself. Sorry.
No, go ahead. So it's not about winning, it's about achieving.
Yeah. Yeah. Because by you people being here, professional people, like, if I can achieve just one little thing to make this into a botanical garden and to preserve this land for Ghana and give it back to the people of Ghana, it's not for just challenged people, it's for everybody who wants to pass through those gates and see a butterfly, and feel a breeze. Look what we are here today.
Lovely.
With these trees, the birds are singing in the background. And it's nothing like my dream. It's nothing like my botanical garden, nothing. But it is. I can close my eyes and I can feel it and I can smell it now. I can smell it now. It is here.
Indeed.
And you're the seeds. You're the seeds and you're going to plant it. So if anybody, we're not really asking for money. Look on the walls. Look on the walls.
The space is for recycling.
Look on the walls. I'm asking for one tree of each to be put all over this land so we can grow every tree we have in Ghana. We're not going to be at Abery and all that. No, it's not about Abery. It's about this little piece of land. It's just a small piece of land. But it could be, because look around me. I've got the Berlin Wall at the side of me now, right there. There's nothing I can do. But I did write something on.
Indeed. And talking of Ghana, your first husband was from Ghana.
Yeah, from Ghana.
Where did you meet
On
Mr.
the dance
Solomon
floor.
or Kaikwe? On the dance floor?
Yeah.
Where?
Somewhere, Didsbury's, a little place called Didsbury somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was a funk. What kind of event was it?
He could just dance, that's all. He was just a person who could dance, and he had a mouth on him like me. And I can take you to Africa, and I had a dream. I'm going to go to Africa. I must have had a book or something about Africa, and it was washed in my mind. That's where you have to go, Mavis. You've got to do something. You might be able to do something there. Thought, well, I'll go for him. Don't care who he is. I don't care if he's married. It don't make no difference to me. If he's got the guts to take me, I'll go. And I followed.
So on day one, when you're dancing, he tells you he's taking you to
No,
Africa.
I had this feeling, I'll stick to this one. You know what I mean? Don't care if he belongs to someone else. I don't care. I don't care, Tums. If you want to, I want to go to Africa, take me to Africa. I'll go. I'll follow you.
Was that the
Collar,
first?
follow me. Have you
Follow
heard
me.
it?
Yes, you had a trotro called Follow Me. We'll talk about that soon. So was that the first time you left the UK or, to travel?
Yeah.
How did you come to
Africa.
Ghana?
I came by plane.
Okay.
Yeah, BA. Terrified. A little wooden hut at the airport. And
Accra
then the
International.
man was there, my husband, to meet me because we got married in Liverpool. And it was near the cathedral.
Oh, you got married in the UK before
We
you
got
came to-
married in the UK.
Okay.
Because I didn't want him, you know, I was still one of them women who haven't slept with anybody. What do you call them now? What's the
Virgins.
name for them? Oh, I can't spell it. Yeah, you know exactly what I mean. Yeah. So yeah. So
So you came to Ghana. Before you came to Ghana, what were the impressions you had of what you were going to meet?
I didn't have an impression. I got I was absolute. The one thing I did do when we went to the lounge in London to get on the small plane that I had come in here, it was full of all of the Dior perfumes and makeup. I've never even been able to buy a bottle of that or anything. I plastered it all over myself. Unbelievable.
You're smelling like a rose bush.
More than I must have stunk on the plane. But I had that, you know, they said it's free. I thought, if it's free, it's for me.
That's it.
That was it. I got on that plane.
What was the plane ride like?
Frightening. A wee bit frightening.
First
Yeah.
time. First time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course. Yeah. Got off at the airport and he was there waiting with a few of the family, which were very nice, very hospitable, and sat there. I didn't really know I can't remember a lot about it.
But this must have been a couple of years after independence, correct?
Yes.
Yes.
Your everywhere was music, little wooden hut, it was a palace. Getting off at that airport and the runway, it was a bit rough and everything. I was still, and I smelt the smell when I came into Africa. Yeah.
What were the first weeks like? Did you have any culture shock?
Culture shock. That blew my head off. I said, I need to go to the supermarket and I need to get a chicken. So the man took me to the market. He said, there's your chicken. I said, can't see any chicken. He said, there's your chicken. I said, but it's not. It's alive. He said, you have to pick that chicken up. You have to kill that chicken, and you have to clean it and eat it. I said, well, you do it. You flipping do it. He said, well, you're not going to get any other chicken. I didn't do it. I got somebody else to do it, but I couldn't even pick the chicken up.
So somebody else killed it?
I presume so, yes.
Did you
I
eat
must have eaten it. I must have done it.
Did it taste nice?
And I asked for cooking it. Oh, how was I going to cook? Oh. I had my long blonde hair and one thing and another. And he said, there's the cooker. I looked at him and thought, he's off his head, that man. It's not normal. So I said, well, I don't mind to ask you, what do I do with the thing? He said, well, you light it with a match. I said, well, I'm going to light it with a match, then what do I do? It had a glass bottle on the top, and there was paraffin.
Yes,
And,
the fuel.
and yeah, I think it was made of metal or something. He said, light it. So I turned this knob and the lighter, and the flame came up and burnt all my eyelashes off and all my hair at the front and my fringe, and I stood there weeping for 2 hours.
Your hair was gone. And your lashes too. That was a close shave, literally.
It was more than a close shave. It was sore, it hurt.
Where did you live in Accra when you came back?
First at Mount Proby in the bush.
Mount Proby. So describe Mount Proby in the late 50s. What did it look like?
Mount Proby, it was all trees.
All
like
trees.
when I came to this land, it was all trees.
Mount Proby doesn't have too many trees
well,
now.
Colliboo was being developed then.
Okay.
Yeah.
All trees in Mount Proby.
Yeah. There was big houses springing up, but then there was no electric, and I couldn't find the electric. I had a few accidents carrying candles, and I had to learn about things like that.
You nearly burnt the house down?
And, well, we had a car. And he bought the car on a boat, a Vauxhall Village, and he bought the car. And anyway, cut a long story short, we had to drive all around the trees. And as we were coming, and a couple of days after, this great big snake fell on the top of the tree, and I'm sitting there, wouldn't get out of the car for a few hours. Wow. Petrified.
Snake on top of your car?
Well, of course, there was nothing but trees around. This land was covered in snakes when I came here. I've got pictures of snakes hanging over because I made a bamboo fence when I came.
So Mount Proby was a wild kind of place?
Yeah, of course, a little bit further down, yeah. When I went in a few years ago, all the beach line is gone now. It's eroded.
It's crazy. How does that make you feel?
Bad, really sad. I should drive along that coastline, and one day I was driving along, and there was on the beach a dead whale, massive. I said, is that a whale? It's dead. Well, you can imagine what they did in Ghana at that particular time.
Hung, drawn and quartered.
Pardon?
Hung, drawn and quartered.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't know whether to cut it at first and eat it and all that. They were afraid. They did a lot of ceremonies and different things like that.
Yes.
Which scared me a little bit. Yeah.
What kind of work did your husband do back in the day?
He was in economics or something like that. He studied at uni and all that kind of thing. And the qualifications looked very decorative. So, yeah.
Was it school that took him to the UK? How did he end up in the UK and meeting you?
And the dance floor, you mean?
Yes. How did he? What was he doing in the UK before he met you on the dance floor?
College, I think, uni.
Yes. Or he was in uni studying.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was a lot older than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much older?
I can't remember. About 15 years, maybe 18 years.
Okay.
Yeah. I think I treated him as a granddad, really.
And then you're in Ghana. Did you work? Or you were a housewife?
Well, it was a sheer miracle. I drove the trotro, and it had to be paid for, but
Hold on, you said what? You drove a trotro?
I drove the trotro. I had to buy the trotro.
You bought when you came to town, you bought a trotro?
Yeah.
Who did you buy the trotro from?
There was a firm opposite Kingsway stores that sold them.
Okay. Describe the
brand
trotro.
new.
What color was it? What kind of make? Of
I
the...
think it was blue.
Okay.
I think it was blue, yes.
What made you buy the trotro?
Well, I knew I could earn some money. It cost me threepence every time I went anywhere in Ghana. Threepence in the old money.
Yes, 3 pence.
British currency. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Hello? Yes? You're
Part of
welcome.
part of the team. You give her a hug when we are done.
All right. Do you know her?
Yes. She's on my team. So you learned how to drive in the UK before you came to Ghana?
No, I drove, but I didn't drive properly. But I drove.
How do you mean?
Well, I could hold the wheel and turn it, get it on the road and put the petrol in. Yeah, I could drive. Because there was no traffic on the road in those days in Ghana, hardly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What was the reaction of the drivers and the passengers when they realized that the
Bluff on you be in the front driving?
Yes, trotro.
I said, if you don't shut up, it'll cost you twice as much.
Did
If
you have
you
a,
call me a bluff on you be again, I said, I'm really going to, get out.
did you ever have to do that? Did you ever
I
follow
did.
through on your threat?
Get out. If you call me a bluff on you be and get out. I'm the same colour as you, man. Off you get back in the truck. Go on, I'll give you a free ride now, all the way to Jamestown.
So what was your route? Where did you go with your
From
trotro?
Mount Proby along the beach road, past Collie Lagoon.
Yes.
Jamestown, I'm there by where we had a little boat there.
Yes.
Where you get my fish and that, yeah.
And how much was the fare?
Threepence, of course.
Trotro.
Means 3p.
3p. Ah, so that's where it came from.
Oh, you're not that old then, are you? Of course.
no, just
You're only a baby, aren't you?
Big baby.
Oh, okay.
Yes, big baby. Did you have a mate? You know, every trotro these days.
Oh,
has
yeah.
You had a mate. What was your mate's
Yeah.
name?
Oh, I can't remember. I think it was. I don't say it. Bloody fool.
His name was Bloody Fool. That's what you called him, Grandma.
And
I wonder why.
I learned another word. First word I learned was on your fle. Was the first word I learned. And he said, you say it everywhere. When you're driving the car and you put your hand out like that and you say, and I was. Until somebody came and told me, you mustn't say that again. I said, why not? He said, because it's a bad word. I said, oh.
How many on your flefles did you distribute before you were told it was a bad word?
Oh, it wasn't long. It wasn't long. They weren't going to tolerate that, I can see that.
I mean, did you have an
nice.
inkling something was happening? Because when you say it, what registered on people's faces when you said the onion flefle?
They went, not sure what's wrong with them, it's just another word. It's just an accident that happened in my life. I've had lots of accidents.
You found out what it meant later on, of course.
Oh, inevitably. I've never been the word though, that's the problem.
You still have it with you?
Well, I just said it, didn't I? It wasn't my shadow who said it was me.
Tell me about Bloody Fool, man. I mean, what kind of mate was he?
He was quite charming. He's quite nice. He was a pretty boy. Yeah. I said, how many of my threepences have you got in your pocket? Oh, he said, I've got one. I said, how much glue have you got on the end of your fingers?
So how did he do the accounts? How did he, at the end of the day, what happened?
Well, I obviously had a miracle happened again, and God has always been great to me. He has been absolutely great. I was in a little bit of depths of despair, wondering, you know, where am I going to go and how am I going to be positive and do what I really want to do. You know, and it was a bit, you know, and I thought, and then this lady, I went to Kingsway stores, I was walking around in this dress I'd made, and the guy said, oh, what a lovely dress you've got. And by that time I'd had my baby girl, Kokoko.
First child?
The eldest one, Kokwili.
Okay.
Yeah. And I had her, and I made her dress the same. He said, could you make me some of them? I said, yes, I will. So I went and borrowed some hand machines and I employed a few girls and got some African cloth and made them. And every week, as soon as I made them, they wanted. And then I was on the hotel, was it Ambassador or somewhere?
Ambassador Hotel, which is moving
Yeah,
now.
yeah. And this lovely lady came, a Dutch lady. Oh, I've seen you with your little girl and I've been so jealous. I have twin girls here. And she wasn't English, she was Dutch. And she said, I want to be your friend. I said, what are you doing here? I make my own jewellery. Her name was Atta. She made she had a jewellery shop near Kingsway. And she said, I'm giving up my job. I said, what is it? At GIS, she said. I'm at the GIS. So what you doing nursery? I always said, they're looking for a nursery nurse. I said, I'm a girl. I've got the qualification. I can do that job. And I got it straight away.
From trotro driver, and your trotro was called what? Follow Me, right? Follow Me. From trotro to making dresses.
GIS.
To GIS.
Yeah.
Annex.
Well, you had to be together.
Okay, so nursery and the annex.
I didn't bin one and do the other. It had to be a continuation.
Oh, so you're doing the trotro and the dressmaking and GIS?
Yeah, but well, my husband had to take all that.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
So when did you drive the trotro and when did you sew the clothes and when did you go to GIS?
Well, obviously I got to drive the trotro. That was the first thing we bought. You know, yeah. Oh, we worked hard doing little things here and there. You know, because he was quite intelligent guy. And he could read and write. He did a bit of letter writing at the post office at that time, as people did, didn't they?
Your husband?
He did,
yes,
yeah.
Yes.
Letter writing.
So you go to GIS.
I was in charge of the nursery.
Okay.
I ran it.
For how long?
Was it 4 years, 5 years? They cried when I left.
Who are some of your students that you're still in touch with?
Oh, my children. Well, my children were aged from 3 to 5 years of age. And they were all the diplomatic children. All your Crobbo children, Mensa children, they were all there. And they were well-behaved children as well. And the embassy, every embassy was there. It was very international. It was lovely. We were all together, and the children were fantastic.
What was a regular day like as a nursery teacher?
Well, we didn't do a day. I only worked from 9 o'clock till 12 o'clock.
Okay.
That's all.
What would you be doing in those 3 hours?
With the children, constantly helping them, teaching them, showing my ways, singing and dancing and hugging and doing what you do with little children. A lot of them cry when they get out of the car.
Yes.
They didn't cry long. I won't cuddle you if you cry. I won't tickle you if you cry. You know. And we went story, and it was a great world. I loved that. I loved kids.
Could you remember some of the songs? I want to hear some of the songs that you sang.
Oh my goodness. I knew every nursery song in the book because it was singing was the joy of life.
Yes.
Because England and the world were coming out of bombing.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And I loved your high life music as well. The minute that was the first dancing I learned, we used to go to the Star Hotel in Jamestown. I was the best woman there at shaking my bottom. I learned how to shake my bottom well in Ghana.
Shake it.
It was lovely doing the high life.
It was, huh? What was the kind of music that you so high life?
Oh, magic.
Yeah?
My son has a big music shop in Canterbury. He's called Mr. Music Man. His name's Jason. And he buys all the Ghanaian oldies. All they are magic.
Nice.
It's that hidden thing that you don't get on the new technology we have now.
Yes.
It's there in the background. When I hear it, I can see Nkrumah walking about, and I can see the market women, you know, putting all they used to put, you won't believe this, but they used to look palm trees down for him to walk on and that.
For real?
Oh, really? And the music, and the singing and the dancing. I pinch one, I have always wanted to get near to him. I'll pinch your bum if you didn't move. Then they'd say, Minnie Sanny, nut or something. Till I reach near him.
Pinch.
If only I could just be near him.
Yes. What was it like meeting President Kwame Nkrumah for the first time? Where did you meet him for the first time?
I think it was at the Ambassador Hotel.
Okay.
When the Queen came. They had a great big banquet there. And somehow, I don't know how I got there, but for the banquet, And obviously I didn't sit next to him because the Queen of England was there.
Yes.
I mean, I'm going to be, and I was Miss Nobody, you know, just another bluff-on-you-be, you know, because there was a lot of us there, married to all the different Ghanaians
Yes.
and different nationalities. And some of the ladies that were there, they weren't all English. A lot of Polish there, a lot of French, you know, and all were, of course, and the men were all the great soldiers. Because they came to England and England put a gun in their hand and they sent you out to kill.
Yes.
But a lot of you may, and that's why the history is here, what it's here now.
Yeah.
And
What was that dance, that Queen Elizabeth event
Oh.
like? What was it like?
oh, it was lovely. Just sit. I don't know. There was music everywhere, and the food, and I loved it. They didn't just put a silver service there. It was lovely because they put Ghana food there too.
Like what?
They didn't put the calabashes in like I like with my fingers and all this, you know. I was taught very well how to eat with my fingers.
Yep.
And, but wow, I didn't know there was so much food about in the world, to be honest. You know, it was incredible. So much dignities and, you know, and the respect for Nkrumah. You can't remember it because you're overpowered with people as well. Music and people and everybody pushing and shoving and doing what we wanted to do.
Was there a lot of people in that dance at that event?
Pardon?
Was there a lot of people at that event where the Queen was the guest?
Oh
or whatnot?
yes, it was full to capacity. The old Ambassador Hotel, and on Saturday evenings it was used as our dance hall, and they made the best club sandwich in the whole world then.
Yeah?
Oh yeah, I remember every place. I had the best snail and the best this and the best that. I remember every place I went. Yeah.
Great times in Ghana back then in the 50s. Great times.
Magic. Magic. Nothing but magic. It's something you can't buy, it's something you can't talk about. Because the minute that man put his head out and came out of the castle where he was or wherever he was, he was 2 miles in front of where his body was. Does that make sense?
It does.
The voice, the charisma, and the whistling, the singing. And there used to be a tune we used to say that he's on his way, pushing and shoving, just to hear him so great. He was Mr. Freedom, wasn't he?
He was.
He was Mr. Freedom, because I'd followed all the American freedom for Mandela and all these pieces. I was passionate over it all. Because you see, I thought I was in a cage when I was in the orphanage, and I wanted freedom. And I got freedom in Africa, and I've had freedom here ever since. In England, I'm caged when I go back, because I've got the number 90 on me now. So I've become excess baggage. But in Ghana, you love me for my wrinkles and all my things and everything, just the way I am.
It's tough to be a 90-year-old in the UK.
I'm dreading it. I'm dreading getting back to England, being 90 years of age. Dreading it. My son goes round the music, Mr. Jason Music, all to the old people's homes and all that, and plays all the Afro music for them. And Bob Marley is his idol, and I love Bob Marley. I met Jimi Hendrix in Nigeria.
No way.
Crazy, crazy man, playing with that guitar, swinging it in between his legs and everything. Oh, it was wonderful. He was with Shirley Bassey at that time in Nigeria.
Yeah.
Our plane landed in Lagos.
Yes.
We got marooned there. Wow! Heard that magic man.
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. And I love guitar since
You do?
all my life. Yeah, I love high life. I love to be a Rasta girl. I love to be this. I love to be that.
Rasta, did you say Rasta girl?
I'm a real Rasta girl.
For real?
For real. I wore my hair. I never smoked the pot though, and I never had the biscuit.
How come?
Because I didn't eat Johnny biscuits. Johnny makes it so.
Were you told that the biscuits will give you an
They would
interesting
be
reaction?
Johnny biscuits, yeah. So
Johnny.
I shouldn't. And I never drank your abateshi. Somebody gave me one off a tree after midnight, and I got a little bit tipsy-whipsy. And I did some naughty things, I think. But I'm glad I don't remember what they were.
Very naughty things.
Must have been very naughty, because we never talk about it.
Were you always a naughty person?
Pardon?
Were you always a naughty girl?
Well, you had to be naughty to survive in an orphanage. You were in prison.
So you understand naughty girls?
I'm still naughty. I'm still against the rules. I don't respect everything I should respect. I'm quite abusive. I'm quite angry sometimes. And I go about when my blind cane. And if you're extra naughty, I'll bang you on the leg and say, oh, I'm so sorry. But actually, I enjoyed every second doing it. Whack.
A little sprinkling of wickedness.
Yeah, it kind of releases the pain.
Grandma, I wonder what your grandchildren think of you and your great-grandchildren.
Oh, my grandchildren don't really like me very much because I don't conform. Oh, excuse me. They've reached that another level of life. My grandma shouldn't be what I am. But I am what I am, and
Yep.
I'm not going to change for anybody.
No,
Because God loves me.
that's it. And you've been doing this for 90 years. Why change?
I've not always, sometimes I said, when I met Selassie, then I became more of a Rasta.
You met Haile
Of course I
Selassie,
did.
Emperor Haile Selassie.
Of course I did.
Where?
I was invited to the first African All People's Conference. I was part of that.
In the 60s.
Yeah. And Selassie, she said, can I come with you and work with you a day at the school? I said, come on then. You'll have to take maybe if some bones to poo in the knickers, you'll have to, I don't mind. She was a lovely girl, Selassie's daughter. Lovely, lovely, lovely little girl, yeah, lovely lady. And Selassie, what a darling he was.
What was he like?
Sugar candy. Like sugar candy.
Haile Selassie.
Yeah, very domineering though. And the power of him even now as today. Do you know if I'm in my son's music shop in Canterbury, do you know, and he'll say, my mum met Selassie, and they'll say, can I shake her hand? They'll say, yeah, you have to put something in the charity box there first.
Good negotiating.
For my son, yeah.
Yes. Haile Selassie, wow.
Idolised in many places, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
What was that conference like, that All Africans People's Congress?
Oh, imagine me on the front as well. I did myself a little riddle, and I still do that little riddle now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was very proud.
And you
Because
had all these-
Nkrumah was there, wasn't he?
Yes, he was.
Ghana,
He was the host.
Guinea and Mali.
Yes.
Wow,
GGM.
magic moment.
And then all these Sekuturi and Modibo Keita.
Sat there, coming in, people were singing. Mm. It worked though.
It did.
And the world began to fear you, Africa, the outside world, who thought you weren't as equal. They didn't realise. Now the world knows we're all as one. Mm-hmm. We were not. The planet is no use without Africa. This is the future.
What was the Nkrumah period like between the time you came to Ghana and the coup in '66? What was Ghana like back then?
I smelt the change when the love of the people was drifting away from him. And I saw a few people like crying, teardrops and things like that, and we felt it. And I felt the wind of change coming through Ghana. When he brought in, I'm not educated very much about your politics, and I've never been interested who's ever been in power, but there was a fishing trawler fleet that came called Manquasi that came
Manquasi, tell
in.
me.
And I don't remember much about it, but it destroyed our little fishing people. And when you hit them, you hit the salt of your earth, because they were catching your fishes and they were bringing your food in from the sea. But when the Manquasi came and they put their fishing trawlers and took away the fishes, you felt the anger where we went in Ghana, and we kept saying, there's a wind of change blowing. Shh, don't talk so loud. Keep your voice down now. We're changing. Africa's changing. Nkrumah's changing. I don't think he did. The problem with that guy, he wanted to do so much, so quick. He wanted to love you all, hold you all tight. He wanted to give you everything, every one of you. And that's why he wanted to do the dam. And of course, I was lucky to see that. I was lucky to walk under it and all them kind of things. And I watched your dam, but I did see your villages being drowned with the water. It was sad. I used to go to a place called Takwa, where they have salt, and I had to cross the river with the car, and it was put on a wooden raft. We didn't have, as it was, the river then. And I went over to Takwa to see a friend of mine who had a bookshop there. And I couldn't believe it, sawing all this glass at the side, and as the water went out, there was the village.
Wow.
And you have to have a tear in your eye, because it was gone, But, I know now prosperity and everything.
But now Takwa is messed up with the whole illegal mining, the gold mining and all of that.
Well, I only saw it as diamonds with the salt piled up. It shone like diamonds on the side of the road. That's the first time I saw salt. That was the first time I realised where salt did come from the sea. Yeah, and all that, yeah. So, so I've seen a lot of destruction, and it's sad really that the trees are going too quick, and this is why I wanted this little piece of land to be a garden for the people, for the butterflies, for the birdies, for everybody, for the babies. You can bring your baby, you can bring your Bible, whatever nationality. You can bring your mat, you can pray, you can go in the back. And when we grow our fruit, we've got one tree over there, you can make lemon juice. There are many, many herbs around this land. And I want every herb, every tree on this land. And the student can come. And I want people to come from all over the world to analyse and find what minerals and what resources you've got here on this land. Medicines. The man who passes by here every day with his truck, he'll say, Grandma, can I have a branch off that tree? That's what makes their tea in the morning. There's many medicines on this.
It's a beautiful dream. May it come to pass. So by the time of the coup in 1966, were you still at GIS?
I was still at GIS, yes. But then I left. And I ran away to England. I left my children in boarding school here. I could never think of taking my beautiful siblings to UK. And at that time, we didn't have the power. The man was the boss man in Ghana. Whatever you signed, you're man, you were men. Well, it's not like that now, is it?
No.
We're equal, aren't we? I think. But at the end of the day, are you with me?
So you went off to England for how long?
I went to England to find my life. I left here on very difficult circumstances. I was at the British High Commission, and
Working there?
rescued.
No.
Well, I won't discuss it. It was a bad time. My husband, we fought badly and I won. But at the end of the day, I was rescued by the British High Commission and looked after, put back to health. And then I had to be taken to England and my family were waiting for me there and put me back together again.
Okay.
And then I decided we then could get, I went back to my church in Kidsgrove where I was adopted, and Grandma was there, and they gave me money, and I said, what can I do? I need to travel. They said, well, you can get a ticket. You can buy a train ticket and it'll take you all over Europe for £28. Oh, I couldn't get the ticket quick enough. Oh, and I went on that train. I can't remember the first stops where I got on the train. And I did end up in Geneva. A beautiful place, right near Lake Lucerne. And I couldn't speak French or German, because you know Lake Lucerne, you speak all the languages in the world there.
Yes.
And it was an absolute magic place. And I cleaned the toilets mostly, but in between that,
in Switzerland?
I snaked in yeah. I mean, I did work at the UN in the toilets. My job was just as important as everybody else because I couldn't, but I put the earphones on and used to go and listen, especially if somebody was coming from Africa or something like that, or it was something to do with freedom. I'd say, will you do my shift? You know, I mean, things like, yeah.
How many toilets would you clean in a day?
Oh, I don't know, as less as possible. People don't seem to poo a lot in that when they're at UN, in and out. You know, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's very expensive toilet roll there too. So basically, you know, it's just different. Everything's quite different. And I went to parties. Oh, I went to the chateaus. I was invited everywhere because I was quite an attractive young lady. And then I had the audacity one day, one of my friends was good at skiing, water skiing. And I said, well, if you can do it, I can. And I forgot I didn't swim. But I let them put the skis on me. Oh, I nearly ended up dead. Because I realized, I thought if you got out of the rope, it was like when I went up to Mount Blanc and I went skiing and all them. And I didn't realise I couldn't ski.
Wow.
But you learn the hard way, don't you?
Indeed. So at the UN, did you meet any interesting characters like
yeah, but
world
they
leaders?
passed in and out like the toilet
The
paper.
toilets.
You wipe your bum, don't you? And it goes down the toilet. Here today and gone tomorrow.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yes, the toilet paper. Life.
Yeah.
And so your children are back in Ghana?
My children are all over the place.
And but at that time they were in Ghana, they were in boarding school while you were
My
in Switzerland?
children were in Ghana here. So I got enough money to come over and see them. Hallelujah, praise the Lord.
Hallelujah.
And so I had to get the chop boxes filled. There was a coup on here, but I didn't care. I thought, I'm going to see my kids. The chop boxes wanted filling, so I had to smuggle my way over to Togo, where I got locked up for an hour or two. I don't know whether the policeman wanted to sleep with me or not, but they didn't. I was lucky. I think they knew better. So I got my chop, came back to Ghana, put it, and then when I got back to the Star Hotel, because I wouldn't stay with family or anything like that, they're too like bigoted or whatever, they can only see. And I stood there with my free cigarette. I did smoke a little, the free cigarettes that I got on the plane. They were long ones, don't know what they were called.
Menthol?
And I stood there and I forgot about the perfume, so I was standing there and all of a sudden I got dragged off the step by my long blonde hair, thrown in the back of the car, 2 soldiers, one driving the car and one with a gun at my head in the car. From the Star Hotel, they might probably remember about the Bluff Funny Big one. And what they did, listen to this is a miracle again, what God can do. Got in the car and I thought, well, I'm dead, girls, I'm dead. But never mind, I love you, Lord. And then I said, Jeanette, what did I say? I did say the naughty words.
Which ones? You said the new people again?
And he said, do you know what you've just said? I said, oh, Kafui Dey. Where do you know that from? I said, he said, what are you doing in Ghana? You're white. I said, what are you doing in Ghana? You're black. What are you doing with a gun? So he said, who are you? I said, come here to see my girlies. Kukuli and Kukoko, boarding school. What's it got to do with you? Do you know what they did? By the miracle of the world. And I'm telling you as true as I'm sitting here. I picked up at the penta, dragged out with my hair, thrown in the back of the car, and all I could see is my two little girlies. And I was saying naughty things and all this, and the next thing I knew, it was incredible. The Ghana High Commission at the top of the road, the roundabout, they drove me there where that disabled school is still there. Drove down there and they dumped me back outside the Penta Hotel and left me, and they didn't fire a bullet in my head. I was so lucky.
Indeed.
I was so blimmin' lucky.
So this is around the coup time, 66?
This coup, yeah. You had two military coups. And one of them actually, I think, was a relation, I believe. He was a madman. I think his name was Okaikwe, I can't remember, in the army. I'm not sure. Well, at that particular time, I had some friend who was in charge of the young pioneer. He was Ghanaian, called Wilson, and her name was Wushi. She was German. And they dragged her husband from their house. It was a lovely house, and we never saw him again. She never saw her husband, neither saw Willie. He was in charge of the Young Pioneers movement in Ghana then. It was like the Boy Scouts in England.
Exactly
it was
so.
I think, and he had the contracts for making the uniforms and that. We never saw Willie again.
Wow.
And then I went with Doreen to put her on the plane and came back, and I knew that was my trail. And I came, because my visa was only for so long and one thing and another. So I came back to England and left them again and started going on the mission again.
Where did you end up?
And I ended up, I had a beautiful man called Casely Hayford, who was a dear friend, who always in contact with him, you know, trying to get a divorce from my husband here. He didn't want to let go of me, but I did eventually get, you know, divorced him. And then we became quite good friends after. Yeah.
When did you next come back to Ghana?
A few years later, when I earned my money, and I promised the girlies I would bring them when the eldest one was old enough and the youngest one was young enough. There was a couple of years difference, so that word was kept, and I picked them up at the airport and brought them into England.
Okay.
And I had to really fight for the British citizenship. I got a deportation order for all my girlies. You believe it, in Bury. I had to go to Stanley Evans' solicitors, fight for them, for their British citizenship.
Didn't they have the right to be British citizens through you?
Not then. Well, I've got all the papers to prove it still. And I had to fight for the girlies.
Did you win? Did you achieve the success?
They've travelled the world since. One's a millionaire. We don't like one another. Probably I do like her, I love her, but I don't like her money.
Why not?
Maybe I'm jealous, I don't know, but I'm not jealous. I've never been jealous of anything, never.
What kind of business is she into?
What's she into?
Yes, she's a millionaire now. So
She's a real estate, but she's smart. She worked for the Ghana. I brought her to England, I sent her further education. She had a little bit of pidgin English in her, and it wasn't good enough for me. I'm real Mancunian still, and it wasn't good enough. And she went to typing and all that, because it was typing, not the technology, obviously. So she got a good job at the Cheapside, London bank, and she was made a good position, and she was good. She's been good at everything she's touched in her life.
nice.
Yeah. Been in and out of love with many men, and many men have loved her. Many men have had the honour to love her too. Because she's quite something else. Maybe she's what I might like to have been, you know.
Yes.
She can travel anywhere in the world, and she's very versatile. And she's managed to get her daughter, Emma for now, she's a barrister, married a barrister in London, and they're the ones who've made me grandchildren. And they will be diplomats soon. I've already got one of my relations, young Saba in London. She's the ambassador for Ghana.
Nice.
She's one of my babies.
Nice.
So it just passes on, doesn't it?
It does.
It just passes on. So I've done good, I've done bad.
What else? What else did you do? I mean, your life is just like a big movie, you know. What other interesting jobs have you done? Where have you been?
When I wanted to go to America, And I didn't really like the glitzy part. I wanted to do something that was different, but I love country music. But one of the biggest people I met here in Ghana, I made a connection with him because I spent a little time at the leprosy colony here when it was a proper leprosy colony here with father, okay, and we ate out of calabashes and all these. Oh, what he's done at this swamp is magic. That centre there, I've seen it grow. And we sat, and he said, you know, Mavis, my sadness is here. And I said, what is it? He said, I love country music. I said, I do. He said, can you bring me any of the tapes? The old-fashioned one. It was on a coil. He said, can you bring me? I said, of course I will. So I brought him tapes. For my connection with Mr. Sam, with all the disability and that, was very strong. And I always supplied his music, his country music for father. Country music, that's why I wanted to go to America. And then I did go. And when I went to stay more or less, I booked a cheap hotel, me and my husband, stayed in a cheap, crappy hotel in America. And in the evening, I went to Cardboard City, outside Orlando.
Florida.
Ah, you're a man of the world and you don't know about Cardboard City. You see now.
What was it like?
I'm so surprised.
What was it like?
I'm not surprised, actually. I did it because I knew you wouldn't know. I'd like you to know. I like to know something you don't know. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's horrifying. It is cardboards. Cardboards open up overnight just as it's going dark all over these streets outside Orlando. And they all have a bottle and they all have drugs and they all sing country music. So I'm there.
Wow.
And there's all different nationalities of us enjoying. And I never had a blemish on me, and neither did my husband. And he used to follow me. I think, oh, that man, my husband, the Yorkshireman I married,
yes.
He had
Mr.
courage
Hyde.
to follow. He said, we've come to Orlando, Mavis. I said, yeah, but the one thing I did do in Orlando is touch a dolphin.
You did?
Touch a dolphin.
What was that like?
It was tittly. Tittly. It tickled me.
Really?
Yeah. And it made magic. I think that's what's cured my cancer. And then I saw whales dancing. They have a lot of trapped animals in America. You know, using them for show.
Yeah. You had cancer?
Cruel that is, but still, that's the way of the world, isn't it? Cardboard City was great, great. Came out of there, had to get in the cheap hotel, went to the cheap restaurants and enjoyed every minute there. And then after, I went to go in further inland and I went to stay with the American people, original, and lived in a teepee with them.
Ah, the Native Americans.
Yeah, it was absolutely magic. Magic. Real teepee with real people. It was magic.
What's your reflection on their life? I mean, these were
It's
the owners of the land, and now they're just left on reservations.
I think it's disgusting. I think it's disgusting. The land belongs to them. Now, I won't get involved too much. I'm a bit OT with that. So I am. The land belongs to them. They're lovely people, and they've got so much. They can cook a meal. They can dig so far down. I did it here once or twice to try. I wasn't very, because there's so much heat, and they put the meat in whatever they catch and cook it.
Underground?
And underground and cover it with earth and full it 3 hours. You can eat it. It's quite wonderful, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, the secrets. Then, yeah. I've done many great. Then I've been to Australia, of course.
The other side of the world? The other side of the world?
Yeah, then I went to Australia. I love Australia.
What took you there?
I met family. My husband met his family. My husband was they said he was going to die, and I went to him and we got him better. And I said, you are sweetness. We're going to Australia to see your family. Because my husband was buried alive in the pit.
He was?
And yeah, that's why he got buried the way he did here in Africa. Yeah. And
was it an accident?
All his other friends died, but he survived. So at the end of the day, when he wanted to meet his brothers in Australia, and we went. But I wanted a longing. We went, Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers were coming to Australia near the River Yarra, and the church is where we were, and we went to see them. And this Aborigines said, would you like a sandwich? We said, oh yes please. And we shared their sandwiches and said, would you like to come to our place? I said, oh yes please. So I went and stayed with the Aborigines a little bit. It was fantastic.
What was their music like?
Aborigines?
Yes.
They kind of, I don't know, a little bit of high life, a little bit of country music. And really, as we were singing in Kenny Rogers, they were singing. They were singing all our, their music and their song. They were, the Aborigines. And we stayed friends with them for many, many years.
Did you touch any kangaroos?
Pardon?
Did you touch any kangaroos?
Oh, no. I know. There was a lot of flames everywhere. Trees were burning alive. And when I say standing, that's what I mean. I know my husband played golf with Hachimoto. They won the Hachimoto tournament he did with Vicky, Herbert's mummy, Hippie Mensah. Yeah, because Vicky Menka, she was a good golfer, and so was my husband. So they won the Hachimoto tournament. And as I went to see them, because I used to say, well, you can have my husband for the day. And yeah, and this tree set on fire. This was at Hachimoto.
Really?
When they were playing golf. I don't know what hole, because that was the 16, that was the course at that time that had a 16 hole. Yeah.
Wow. In the middle of a tournament and then the tree goes burning?
Yeah.
What?
In Hachimoto, yeah. Yeah.
How quickly did the fire service get there?
I don't know whether they ever did get there, actually. I can't remember that.
Wow.
Can't remember that part of it. Yeah.
Did you ever play golf yourself?
No, I hate golf.
Why?
Because I can't play it well. I never play, I want to win.
Yes. Play to win.
Yeah.
What do you play? What did you play that you won at?
Hockey.
Ah.
Because I could whack you with my stick, you see.
You like violence, Grandma.
Pardon?
You like violence a little bit.
No, I don't know. Not really. I got to be a winner.
So how many people have you whacked with your hockey stick?
Accidentally missed the ball.
And never missed the leg?
I hope I do hit my target. They used to say, get ready with the bandage bag. Mavis is playing hockey today.
One time.
We have blind football matches, you do know that.
Blind football, yes.
We do here in Ghana, and I was there because I brought the blind footballs here for the boys, the army boys, and we did do a big blind, and I watched them games here.
Is it the one where there's a sound inside the ball, so they follow the sound?
They ring, make music.
You've been heavily involved in disability work in Ghana.
Very much so.
How did it start?
It started because of an anger point. I saw this man along the street near the post office, and begging. And he was on his hands and knees and begging. And I said to her, this is a horrible thing to see in Africa, such a fabulous country. Can we do something? And then we met him, a young man coming. Well, we're in the car, we got out of the car, and I went to the guy, I said, I haven't got a chair, but I'll see if I can get you one. He said, you'll be lucky. You for be lucky. They have them, they don't give them. So I said, where are they kept? They kept at a disabled centre, it says, somewhere in Accra. So I said, well, I'll find it. I don't know where it is. And Eddie said, come on, let's go, sweetie. So we went, and I said, I'll be back if I can, and with a wheelchair. I don't know where I think I was going to get it from. So we went there, and this was your man, what are you doing? So I've come for a wheelchair. He wasn't working there, he was just passing by, I think. He might have been working in the area at that time. His name was Charles. So he said that the wheelchairs are in there. So I went to there, excuse me, can I have a wheelchair? There's a man up there. We haven't got, he said, the garage is empty. I said, is it? But somebody just told me, he said, oh, don't mind them. They're telling stories. And they're not for use anyway. They don't. But I said, but aren't they used for disabled people? He said, yeah. I said, to tell you what, I'm not going to forget your face. I'm not going to forget what you just said. But I know you're telling me a lie. So I said, O'Malley. That's another word I learned.
O'Malley.
Yeah.
Always good.
Yeah. I thought, no, I had it now. So I did something about it.
Which was?
Go home, start recycling, because there were many people had families and children, and I got a warehouse just outside Canterbury. We rented it, me and my husband. We started an organisation for Ghana, DESO, the first letter of each grandchild. They put their name together, Disabled Equipment Sent Overseas. So it was not made by me, it was made by them. And that's how the name came. It doesn't really mean that. This land isn't just for disabled people, it's for everybody. But it came in, it was full of everything. The magic that came through those, it was people who'd lost their loved one, had bought their baby chair, or bought their wheelchair, they'd lost their wife. One of the, Philip, he's got a chair now in Accra, and that came all the way from Holland, and they were dearest friends, and she died of cancer, and he's trying to get that car, a vehicle back on the road, aren't you? Mm-hmm. You've got one battery, we're waiting for some other people to give him a gift of another couple of batteries, so we can get back on the road again. Back on the road again.
That's it.
That we've never been. We have been around the country together. Mm-hmm. Had the honour of going with him. Without him, I'm no use. He's my bodyguard as well. And he's cheeky.
Yeah. Like his boss.
And he's rather special actually. Yes, he's got to work for 4 angels. Yeah, he had 2 twin girls, and he's got a wonderful wife. So he's got 5 angels. He's got to look after. He's got to feed them, and he does his best, and he does well. He's a great guy. Ghana's blessed to have him. Indeed. All these names here, we've been all them places together. He did them all. These are all venues all over your country that we've been to. And when Herbert said, would you like to do the marathon? We said, yeah, of course we will.
This is Herbert
And
Mensa.
we managed to get the biggest vehicle, fill it full of wheelchairs and everything for Herbert for the marathon. And unfortunately I won't be here because I have to get back to England for this special thing I've got to have done. See if I might be able to see better or something, whatever. I can still talk, so as long as I don't cut anything off my tongue, I'll be all right. Oh, no.
So Deso, where we are right now, actually, the name is formed from the first letters of your grandchildren, 4 grandchildren. So the D is
Della,
what? Della?
Emma, Foster, Ryan, and Liber. Della's very unmarried. Don't think she's looking for anybody because she's got enough money of her own. I think you buy your men here mostly. You don't fall in love a lot. It's about the money. And I've noticed all the young girls and all the young men want somebody that will meet their qualification with the value of the money they're getting. That's the way I see it myself. As I know I'm looking on the other side of the fence, but I feel it deep down in my heart. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it's peculiar because the last 2 grandchildren, one is, she's managed to achieve architect.
Yes, she's an architect now.
She's done the 7-year course, and she's doing a master's now, starting a master's. And the other one is Olivia. She's the Greenpeace. She's the one. She's the one who will, and her whole body is covered in tattoos. She doesn't eat meat. Her skin tells a story. And in Ghana, you're not supposed to have a tattoo, you know that. Oh, it's naughty. Because you haven't educated.
Do you have a tattoo?
I don't have a tattoo.
Would you have liked to have one?
Not really. If I did, they'd probably be on the end of my tongue.
Would you consider yourself a hippie?
Oh, yeah.
You were a hippie?
Oh, yeah. I wore flowers in my hair, wore flowers all over my body. Yeah. Because I love flowers. I love birds. Yeah. I love butterflies. I love men. I like men. But you don't all have to smell of perfume. Yeah.
What would you prefer a man smells of?
Number 7, cheap.
What is that?
Regular aftershave. Because really, why would I put you on the best Christian or Dior and all this? Because I wear that, but I don't wear it. You know, I'm not bothered about it. It doesn't bother me. I'd rather have a little squeeze of a flower,
Yeah.
you know, or something like that.
That's
yeah.
it. What do you reckon the impact of Deso has been with all the equipment that you've brought in? So it's wheelchairs and what? What do you bring?
Everything across the board.
Okay.
Blind canes, hearing aids. I'm doing a programme with Sabah at the One News in the High Commissioner for Ghana with deaf, because the audiology department here in Ghana has a terrible weakness. You haven't taught your deaf people how to speak. And I think I have a little bit of magic in there that might work. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But I have a big box full of all the goodies for the hearing people. I've been helping hearing and deaf and blind, always. And always special people like Philip. And even when they challenge, even with no legs, it's surprising how many people here were at that birthday. And I didn't realise they were amputee. A young girl, now she's about 26, comes in here. She's completely all her legs off. I took her when went from about 6 or 7 years of age, took her to Niswam. They started chopping bits, both legs off. And now she's got the most fantastic business there, over there. She's done it herself. Done it with, so that young gentleman, one of your great famous footballers here, who died about 5 years ago, her sister was married to him, so a lot of money came in, and she's got a fabulous place over there
Is it the
in the
footballer
community fund. He died
in the earthquake?
Ghanaian.
Yes.
No, a Ghanaian footballer. You all must have loved him very much, and the world did. And then donated. And so all the family are very well self-sustainable on the death of this man. Yeah. And she has a beautiful place. All she does is fruit juices, your natural fruit juices. And she's a diamond. She's a diamond. She came to them and she was cooking, I think she cooked me fried rice and something else. And she's, don't even think that she's, you know, she's a little bit huge because obviously nothing's in proportion or anything, but she's got no legs.
It's a diamond.
And she's got more legs than what you've got. She can do so, and you can go there right now and get one of her beautiful juices just down there.
Thank you for the
She
plug.
was here. Yeah.
We'll check it out. We'll definitely check it out.
Oh, yeah, she's absolutely amazing. Philip will give you the details. And what she like, she's a treasure, isn't she? A treasure. And she's about 25, 26, that's all. And she's lovely, jubbly, bubbly. And they've opened we were invited to the opening. I don't know where he is. Kafui, I don't know where, is Kafui around? Kafui, where was that place called that we went, please?
It's a nice place, right?
Yeah, they've opened it. It's like a football field, a nightclub at Community 25. Because this place, Community 25, is a super duper place to be. We've now got water. I bought electricity here.
You did?
With a gentleman called Mr. Ajiman, who was in charge of the electric board. My husband was a Masonic Freemason, and he just shook hands, and that was the golden handshake that bought that pole here by Mr. Ajiman. I bought it here.
Well, good on you. Did you ever think about joining the Masons?
Me?
The Freemasons, yes.
No, I don't like things like that. That pomp and ceremony. Good heavens.
Not for you.
Not for me. I enjoy it because they do great services. Great services. There's nothing, a fantastic organisation. I've gone through, I used to go to one because they had the meetings at the Labadi Beach Hotel, and I used to go to a few of the meetings with the ladies and that, with the mosquito campaign. I've done the mosquito campaign and all that kind of thing. Well, I never got them. I never actually got the mosquito nets. They were sold 2 years later on the motorway. When I went, the organisation had gone here, had the mosquito net. But that's another story. That's one of the dark stories that we don't talk about. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking about malaria. When was the first time you got malaria when you came to Ghana?
I've had malaria many times. It's kissed me many a time. But I've survived it. I survived cancer. I survived 2 coup d'etats. I survived gun up my head. I've survived violence. A man came here once with a cutlass because I took the lady in with a baby, because around all these there was nothing here. I came here alone in this area, I never was have been alone because my God has always been with me, hasn't he? And I came here and lived alone in my little container.
That's it. And every year you do something in May, around the May 9th.
It's not mine, it's Herbert.
Yes, but you're part of it.
Herbert's done it.
Herbert
Yeah.
Mensah.
Yeah.
Was he one of your students?
Pardon?
Was he one of your students?
I think he was one of our babies. I think I changed his nappy as well.
You must have known
When he
his,
was born.
You
I
must
knew
have
him
known his
well.
parents. His
Yeah, he
parents?
lived next to Crobbo.
Crobbo, they say.
Crobbo, he had a woman and he bought her a gold bed. And I went and jumped on it.
The gold bed, the Crobbo, this says gold bed.
He did have a gold bed. He bought this lady he was in love with. I don't know if it was a wife or who she was with.
And you jumped on the bed?
I think I did, yeah. And they all wanted net curtains. They didn't know how to put the fancy English net curtains up then, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody had net curtains, so that was part. You know, because it was nice. And when I went there, I chopped well. And I didn't drink. I don't like alcohol, you see. I don't like alcohol.
So you must have known Herbert Mensah's parents, B.A. Mensah?
I knew his daddy.
Yeah, his father,
His daddy was absolutely so lovely. He gave me my kente cloth so I could go and dance next to the Queen as close as I could in the groomer. He gave me a piece of kente.
Nice.
What? Wow. Felt like I was wearing gold.
Yeah, it's a rich cloth.
Beautiful. I don't even have a piece of kente now. I had a little bit of the red and yellow when I went to meet that lovely man in Kumasi, your king there.
Yes, that's Auntie Henny.
A delightful guy. Absolutely. And I loved him. He's got pheasants in his garden. He's got all disabled people working in his garden. I said, you are special, you. I said, I hope you are going to be the king of Jamaica. Are you getting all the babies back from Jamaica? He says, it's my mission. I said, carry on. And he's always fought. He's done great for this country. You don't know how he wants to get his people back to Africa. My son now is fighting. My boy, I fell in love with a man, and that's how I got Jason. And we never got married. He was already married, but I didn't really know that at the time. But I was blessed to have a son by him. And he's now trying to get his Jamaican identity back. His daddy wasn't one of the Windrush, I don't think, but he was a joiner. And yeah, so that's a good story too. And he's got them. He carries on the Jamaican music, the African music. He's very bilingual in the shop in Canterbury, and loved by many people. And he is a person of colour.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, I'm blessed to have all my children. My husband and I never had any children.
Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, when I married my white man. Yeah, we never, because I didn't want to mix. I wanted, and we were too old. Yes. And so that was the honour we had of having. The two girls have done very well. Susan has done very well indeed. She has a high position with the NHS in the UK. She really cares for the old people like the treasures. If she'll say, Mom, there's another lady having a birthday and she's 105. Mom, there's another lady there and she's Ghanaian. She'll be thrilled. If she gets an opportunity to employ any Ghanaians, she does. She has the ability to do that as well. And she loves, and I'm blessed because my Ghanaian girls speak most of your languages and most other languages, and my grandchildren too. So I'm blessed, really. Yeah, they speak for me.
Good. Father Titus.
Father Titus?
Yes.
He was a magic man. But of course, he was under the hub of St. Vincent de Paul. I was at the Vatican. I didn't go in the Vatican. Now, I was. I went to Rome.
What took you to the Vatican?
I went on a mission, really, I think, to throw 3 coins in the fountain.
For what?
And you don't know about that. That's something else you should know.
For blessings. But, the people want to know. What kind of blessings did you want?
3 coins in a fountain.
Yes.
Which one will you be blessed? So you throw your 3 coins. And I got my magic land to give back to the people. It's going back to them.
Yeah.
It's not for sale. A man came. I'll give you how many dollars? Kofi, how many dollars did he offer us?
Somebody wanted to buy you off?
Yeah, the land here.
Really?
I believe you want the land. I said, oh, do, yeah. He said, I've got dollars. I said, oh, are they nice? What do they smell like? How much was it? How much was it? Remember, I said,
a lot of money.
We haven't got enough. I said, you haven't got enough money to buy this land. It belongs to Ghana. It belongs to the people, not you. You go and buy it. Go and take your money. Shoo, 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 shoo. Get away in your big car and off you go.
Has it been back since?
Yeah. No, I haven't even got a gutter in front. They miss me with a gutter, but it doesn't matter. I'll get one. Now I've got the Berlin Wall and I'm crying a tear in my eye. Because to see that wall came up, it really, but I understand why they've done it. I'm not saying they're wicked or cruel people for you know what I mean? They flooded my land when they started building them, put all their rubbish behind my wall there.
Really?
Yeah. And the whole land was flooded at the bottom, but God sorted it. And I've managed to talk them round to recycling. All the tiles that I have got back down are off them, broken. And they all have to be a non-slip because of the, you know.
Of course.
Yeah. You
don't want to be slipping around.
They have to everything. So it's all recycling I do everything, more or less, that you see is recycling on this land.
What does recycling mean to you, Grandma Mavis?
It means saving the planet, making a better world for our younger ones, making things grow. Everything doesn't have to be brand new. I used to buy a Bronny Awa all the time. I used to take it to England. That's how I made a little bit of money, because I used to buy from the warehouse in Tama, buy all the American shirts and go to the country music shows in the UK, because I did country music shows all over the UK with all the stars and that, and then we could give the money to charities and that in the UK and the hospitals. We managed to do a massive show once at Buell Hill Park in Manchester, thousands, with all the truckers and all the bands all over. Just ask. But now I ask quite a lot, you can guess that. But I don't get given a lot. But I suppose God's time is the best.
Indeed. We say that a lot in Ghana. We say that a lot in Ghana. God's time is the best.
Oh, God's time is the best, yeah. Yeah, we always have to wait for that. It'll come, the butterflies and the birds and the trees and everything. And we'll be sitting here next time, when you're here, we'll be eating a little cake made from the grass and the fish seeds and the medicine of the trees, and you'll be drinking some fruits, and it will all come together because we've got the land and nuts. It's not for sale with your $1 million.
That's it.
It's not for sale. It's for you, Ghana. It's for you. It's for you.
What does
I
Ghana,
love you.
What does Ghana mean to you?
The word Ghana itself is the magic. Each letter is magic. The G-H-A-N-A is magic. It's medicine. It feeds me, keeps me going. Those magic words, Ghana, and your flag. Wow. It's all there in the flag. But it's all around, it's all here in the people. It's all here. It doesn't matter when you've got a river to cross. I just pray the tsunamis will keep away from your shores. That worries me quite a lot. The erosion of your coastline here frightens me because I've seen it. That lagoon's gone, that lagoon's gone, that lagoon's gone, that's gone from there. And I'll stand there and I'll say, oh, and I can see it's moving. Even on here, the erosion on this land I've got now is incredible. At least there's an inch or an inch or 2 inches off the surface of my land here gone. Yes. But they've cut too many trees because the whole land was covered in trees. But all these medicine trees and everything, okay, will be put back as medicine. And my granddaughter who's finished being an architect, she's offered to do me a bandstand. Do you know what a bandstand is?
Yes.
And then I can going forward with the children, and it'll be an education thing for them. They'll be able to come from the schools, and we can have the African we can do this, we can do that, we can do anything we want on a bandstand. Because my grandmother, the people who adopted me, used to take me after church to the bandstand. And so I learnt about music and the power of music and how people come together as one. That was in a little place called Tunstall outside Kidsgrove where we lived. Yeah.
So you were talking about the lack of trees, and it just reminds me of a conversation I had with a friend about how Accra is so hot because there are no trees around, and you just drive up to
You can't
Eburi,
breathe.
and then it's different because it's cooler because there are trees.
You can't breathe. You can't breathe. ACs all over the place, and it's just, you can't breathe. Now I'm just trying to get bio toilets because I want bio toilets. I've got one. I've done one bio toilet at the back there. That's all. But I need to revitalize it, and I'm putting like cardboard on the plant to kill, because I don't want pesticides. I don't want any poison on the land or anything, because we've got to eat this salad. We've tried to grow low. We haven't been successful because the rainfall has been very poor just lately. But it doesn't matter. It must be for a reason.
Yes.
It must be for a reason. So we haven't but we look on the negative. If you do talk about the negative side too much, it's a downflated. It's not good.
It's true.
Well, and look at me. I've got the barrels. I bought them from UK, and they were all filled with blind items. They were all filled with Bibles. They were filled with the Quran. It didn't matter what religious item. I got it in, and we brought it to Ghana, and somehow everything, it's gone. We've still got some items left, but they will really need recycling and things like that, and putting back together, But now I want the land put back together. For the people.
Yeah.
For the people. And my little great-grandson has just been born at Christmas with Emetha and their daughters. She's nearly 3, so she's got a boy and a girl, and they will be diplomats for Ghana because he's a barrister as well. Banking, they're both banking people. Whispering.
Yes.
But basically, I'm not boasting, forgive me, but basically I'm proud of them. They don't think that. I'm very proud of all of them, and I love them all. And I tell the truth to them, and then they don't speak to me again for 5 years. But it doesn't matter. The rain will come, and the raindrops will dry up, and they'll smile and talk to me again.
They will.
And if they don't talk here, I'll meet them somewhere else.
Yeah.
No, I'm not worried about it.
No. At 90, who do you still miss a lot?
Grandma, who adopted me.
The one who adopted you?
Yeah, that was my first hug, you see.
At 13?
My first hug. Yeah.
What did it feel like, that first hug?
Well, I'm still feeling it, aren't I? So I'll tell you, when I'm dead, I might meet you up there. I'll ask you.
Pretty special person, Grandma. She was special.
I've nothing special about me. Oh, if I'd been good enough, this would have been done, and all my dream. But they're not my dream. The land still belongs to Ghana. And I get people who come and take advantage and want this and want, I deserve this because I'm this. But look, I mean, my husband and I, Eddie, when we saw Charles Tay all those years ago, and we gave that man that wheelchair eventually, I told you about. He said, well, I said, what's your dream, darling? He said, I want to be a power lifter, because he was obviously amputee. And I said, oh, well, where's your power? He says, in my arms.
Yep.
I said, okay. Well, we better do something about it, haven't we? So we did. Somehow or the other, I got all the application forms from the Power Olympic Committee in the UK, and they live near Canterbury, and they'd read about my mission in Africa, and I said, our wheels make the world go round, and we all joined together with a wheel in the world, and one thing another, and it was all in the papers, and people started joining me and one thing another. So it's how it all sort of naturally came together. And I did get a Ghanaian committee who believe Professor Adolfo Quay is in charge of, he's a professor at Abu Dhabi now, and things like this. And he was on my committee, my chairman. I've always chose Ghanaian people.
Yes.
If you couldn't make jollof rice to give us some all, you can't be on my committee, male or female. But I dissolved it as soon as Eddie died, because I knew I couldn't cope, because it ended that it faded off. Because you see, people kept saying every time where I go, and I did notice it over the years, to be truthful with you, it seemed that when somebody of colour came on the stage, they were begging. And I'm thinking, why are you doing that? Why can't you turn your message over without begging?
Yes.
You shouldn't do that because you're a wonderful person. And if you genuinely want to help the world, they will see through that magic you've got, your education, without you going out begging as soon as you go on.
Good point.
Leave our colour. I've always said to my children, put that in front, leave our colour. And people will say to me, oh, you'll get it because you're white. I said, do you know what? You're making me vomit. It's ridiculous thinking that way. Absolutely. You know? But, you know, it's been done and what we've achieved. And when we put our Charles on the Paralympic stage 2012, wow. Me and Eddie glowed. We glowed.
He went to represent Ghana 2012 Paralympics.
Yeah, you can see it on you.
Yes,
If you put
yeah.
on there, you can see him. He was there. He was a power lifter.
Nice.
And now he's married. Women were a little bit afraid of. He's now and he's in a country. He'll be back in a couple of days before I go back to the UK. He wants to see his grandma before I go back. And you know, he's in a country in Africa. Is it Zambia or somewhere where they speak French and they're all Muslim. He can't even speak French. He can't even write French. And he's running and he's showing them how to go and make themselves, because a lot of our Muslim friends and that who are disabled are not able to get into the Paralympics because they don't know the door. But Charles knows it. Me and Eddie, actually, when he was going to leave here, he was flew. I haven't got to go now, but the ticket. Did you think they were going to buy your ticket? I'll make sure the ticket. And my eldest daughter, Cookwillie, who was getting financially strong, she paid for the ticket, but I put the money back straight in their bank account in England. And we brought Charles to England. What a flipping journey. I had to pick him up. He had nothing particular, no clothes, he had nothing. But what? Wow. Now he's the cheekiest person I've ever met. And he's as bold as me. And you, if you see a little thing, it's put out on YouTube. And as he's talking, he's putting food in his mouth as well. And he's coming back here and he's making a rainbow. He's taking your amputee football team to, what country are we going to? What country are we going, the amputee?
Mexico.
Mexico is in charge of the amputee football team,
Nice,
Charles.
nice.
Yeah, he's doing that. But his legs have worn out because he's got his bionic legs at the last one. So they've broken down. So it's all been reconnected with America to make him his new bionic legs in America while he's with the Mexico team. And the team from America will pay for Charles to come back to the UK. But when he comes back here, you'll have to be quick to get him because he's going to show every nationality, and it doesn't matter about language because he himself is the language.
That's it.
And what he does with it being a double amputee and the power of his mouth is what is he? Where does he come from? Sakamona.
Oh, Sakamona.
He's
okay.
a Sakamona boy.
Okay, nice.
Sakamona boy.
Good on
yeah.
him.
Yeah. Oh yes, it is good on him. Wow. He's got his own gymnasium. He's the only one who's got his own gymnasium here.
Nice.
A gift from God. Pippa gave it to him.
Wonderful.
Yeah. What passes down, passes down.
Exactly so. Let's talk about this center. This is DESO. So this is in the Pone area. And do you still do training, skills training here?
Well, we used to do
Yeah.
Philip is the mastermind. He's doing a big computer program now. And he's got to be able to feed him. And he's found five people, you know, his family.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So, yes, that he does.
If all your dreams were to come true, what would you want to see this place look like?
Well, just flowers and butterflies and trees and everything, and a place you can come and sit with your umbrellas and eat your little biscuit and have your fresh fruit drink, and you can share with your brothers and sisters. You let him have a look at your Bible and you read his Quran or whatever. You can sit side by side as one another, like we are now.
Yes, indeed.
But we haven't got our fancy thing and we haven't got our fancy. And I want my bio toilets because everybody, all the women, will be going on with wet knickers. It's all right for the men. You can go and wee anywhere. I always tell the men wee on the floor because it kills the snakes.
Is that wee that
I do
virulent?
say, and in America, selling urine is a massive business.
Yes, it is.
Don't mess. It's big business.
Oui.
Yeah, they collect it in containers from your houses. It's like a petrol. Yeah, you didn't know. It's the only deterrent we've got. Because them big pythons and all that.
Grandma, you're giving us business ideas, you know?
And my ground is covered with the cardboard and things like that.
Yes.
And I do pull my plutches down and I do wee-wee if I'm around there. Yeah, I do.
I had the honor of attending one of your events many years ago, the Walk of Hope.
Oh, which one?
I think it's 2013 or 2014. Philip invited me, I think, long ago.
Magic. Everybody said, what a foolish, look at that bluff on you be. We got schools to join us.
Yeah.
We got the chiefs to come.
Yeah.
And you know, the bounce back of that is that you open doors and then you were able to give the chiefs some crutches and a wheelchair. And if a firm sponsored us, we gave that firm, to start them, a free wheelchair and a free pair of crutches if one of their workers had an accident. So they would create within their workplace enable something to give able now. You know.
And what's the big dream for that Walk of Hope?
It was to put the people in the limelight, to show the people these are real people. Look at my albino people coming in the boiling sun with their little babies and the skin. And I even took a prescription of a medicine we wanted to the skin, and nobody would take it on board.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, you know what the world's like. I did a program here, how to make the blind cane. I did a PowerPoint, I did all the history, but it never took off. But we've tried, and the secret is, if you don't succeed, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The dream here, it hasn't succeeded yet, but it's just hanging just there, because it's hanging, because we need it. We've got to preserve this planet. We have to do. It's our social responsibility. We all have it, rich or poor, social responsibility. It's automatically given to you as you're born. I wouldn't have got adopted if somebody hadn't have had some social responsibility.
Yeah.
You know, you can't plant a seed. Even when gardens at Sophia Gardens in London at Finchley, and the secret is, people when they've lost a baby, they'll go and buy a packet of seeds. Or they'll go and buy a plant and they put it at Sophia Garden and they'll go and see that plant because their baby's dead or their mummy's dead or their grandpa's dead. They'll go and perhaps plant their grandma who's just died, her favourite one was the red rose, and they go and buy a red rose and put it at the Sophia Garden.
Yeah.
Are you with me? And this is what this will be.
It's a beautiful, beautiful idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're not just bringing in a tree and dumping it.
No.
Are you with me? You're planting your love. And you can come. And you can sit under there and have a cup of tea. That rose over there. I've done that sunflower there. Oh, that's my lemongrass. And you're sitting and you're sharing it.
That's it.
I grow the lemongrass because it gets rid of the mosquitoes and the snakes don't like it. And the scorpions are not very happy with it. I've been bitten twice. Beastly things them are. Beastly, horrible creatures. I've been bitten by a white one and a black one. Somebody took the pictures. I ended up in Tama.
Wow. Describe the pain.
Really bit me. I've got a habit of walking about with no shoe on. It's a terrible habit. But you see, I've still got feet. Haven't I?
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I've got lots of bumps and crumps and everything, but it don't matter. I've still got feet.
You still have your feet. What's your relationship with football?
Well, I think my husband liked football, but he liked golf better. And my son is a football fanatic.
Who does he support?
Leeds United.
Who do you support?
Leeds United and Manchester United.
How is that possible? How can you support two teams?
I can cut me in half. Because I could love, when I was younger, two men at once.
What was that like?
Oh, yeah.
What was that like? What was that like?
What was like?
Yeah.
Well, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It's like when you like, if you like yam. In the end, it's all about taste, isn't it? It's all about tingling. It's all about, that's what keeps us going, isn't it? Taste and love and smells, isn't it, really?
Did they find out about each other,
Pardon?
those two men?
I hope they did. I hope they fought over me. Yeah, be nice.
How did you disengage from that relationship?
Walk away, you just walk away. And you say, kiss my, mm.
And then you're gone.
Kiss my, mm.
Mm. And they... Did you ever hear from them again after you walked away?
Maybe say, oh, hi, lovely to meet you. Oh, you're looking so beautiful. Oh, I'm not missing you though.
Bluntly like that.
Yeah. You gotta be good, you gotta be true.
Yeah. Speak the facts and the truth as it is, yeah?
Well, as truth as I see it, my truth isn't everybody else's truth.
No.
Definitely not.
No.
Are you with me? But yeah. Be what I am. And this is why I can't understand really why you're here today, because I'm really nothing special. I'm just nothing. Look at me. Look at the land, you go in there and you see the people, they are the great people. You are the great people. The pictures in there, they're the great people.
Well, one of your great people has been on this case for a long time, and I admire his persistence, and that's how come I'm here. I'm talking about Philip, your guy.
Oh,
yes.
He's stuck to glue with me. Tell him to bugger off all the time.
He's never gonna go.
Naughty, but he's back. He's like a... Don't know how he gets here with the little monies. I don't pay him. We pay one another with kindness. And he fulfills my dream.
Yeah.
And that's priceless what he does.
That's it.
If I had $1 million, I'd give him $1 million. But then again, he'd be greedy and he'd be naughty. And you know, Herbert, when we went to Kumasi, he put us in a beautiful hotel, didn't he, Philip? And and that was Philip's room, and his room was better than my room. Even when I went to the Paralympics, you know, and Charles had his bedroom, and when I was at where we are. What's the name of Cardiff? Cardiff, where the IPC head office is. People from all over the world with the worst disabilities I've ever seen. I still see them and I watch them closely on the telly. I've never managed to go and meet all of them. Some of them are still participating in the Paralympics.
Yes.
Charles can't do it anymore now, obviously. But basically, he would if he could, but he's doing it. He's doing it better. He's spreading the message all over
And that's
Africa.
Yes.
You know. Yeah, he's doing great work. He'll be back, as I say. Come back. I have to give you a hug before you go, Mum.
That's it.
Yeah.
How do you spend your time now? How often are you, in a year, how many months are you in the UK and how many months are you in Ghana?
I seem to be having, the only time I'm bored is when I get to England. It's the only time I ever get bored. I never get bored here. Sometimes I'll come out here at the night time and let the mosquitoes kiss my skin.
Yeah.
Because I'm challenging them, get a bit of this white meat.
What gives you all the energy? You're still doing advocacy, you're still doing DESO work at 90. Where's the energy coming from?
Keeps me going from day to day. If you don't have a dream, you have nothing. You don't have nothing. And if you know, deep down in your heart, you're a Christian and Muslim, and you love your faith wherever you are, we have faiths of all religions in the world, but you got to love that first. Love your faith first, and then everything else will come into place. Everything, the one you love. My last husband, Eddie, he was a diamond. He absolutely never saw colour. He was really colourblind, and it was as white as snow. And when I used to walk down the promenade in England, when I brought my 2 girls from Ghana with my boy, and we walked down the promenade in England, Eddie that side and me, and they say, oh, look at them, bro. You know, are these 3 adopted children? And Eddie say, what did you say? Because he was a real Yorkshireman. They are my kids. He taught my children, and he came to Africa, and he taught them how to swim in the Tassano swimming pool. Yeah, he taught them how to swim, Della and Emma. Yeah, and they're both great ladies here serving Ghana well. I don't get on with them at all.
At all?
No, not at all. No, Emma came for my birthday. I didn't see Della, but he doesn't mind. I know she's still around. I can smell her. She don't know that. I've got her magic here. She don't know that. But I still love her.
Yes. What do you reckon people still misunderstand about disability?
I don't see anybody as disabled. I just see them challenged a little bit. I've been challenged. I was challenged in my orphanage, so I don't see any difference really. But I always like to think that I can do something positive. You know, when the great joy Eddie and I got when we put Charles on the Paralympic. You know, I won't talk about the other side about it, and that should be brought to light one day, but not by me. I must enjoy the good side of it. How naughty that, you know, the people that are above everything can be sometimes.
Yes.
And they don't see the real truth of a challenged person. They don't see it. It's like Philip now. I'm hoping that this is going to be, because he can give qualifications now to anybody. And he should be able to earn a butty now. Earn a butty to feed his family. Charles can, quite adequately, yes. It's in all the family have taken over. They are at this little house. It was a gift from TDC or what. But whatever it was, he was born like that. There are no legs, but Daddy, you know, and I met him and that was it. And from there, when you've succeeded and you can do it once, you can do it twice. Do it twice, you can do it thrice.
Yeah.
Are you with me? And so it's a continuous, you have to help somebody to help someone else as well. Once you can pass that on, it's a blessing.
Okay.
It's a blessing.
Indeed.
It really is. And I'm sure you people have more better places than go today than this. But I know if you all could just have a little bit of magic in your hand and wave and go and read our signs,
Yes,
because they're
we will.
meant from the deep down in our hearts. And this is from the people, for the people.
We will read
because
those
it's
things.
your country. You can do it, I cannot. My job is done. My job is done. And I hope, rest my head here, I hope to be, my husband was buried the Indian way. Because he was buried, he didn't want to go underground, because he was buried alive many years and his friends died around him. So he said, please, please, don't bury me underground. Put me, and so I did it the Indian way, where they cut the special tree and put them in a pile, and he was buried at Usu, where the cemetery is.
Yes.
And my husband died in the most poorest camp. We didn't go, we had the operations, and we did this, but we didn't have any money left. So when he died, this man at the Greenfields was my bestest friend, and he took my heady for the day, and in a few hours he knew he was going to die. Gave me a letter to go to Tama Hospital. There, I would change that place if I could. I sat there in a dirty wheelchair with 70 more Ghanaians who were all dying like my husband, and he died in the chair before the doctor even came and examined him.
So sorry.
In the poorest conditions, and it wasn't just us. No, all the Ghanaians. And then the next 2 days I tried to find his body, and his body was on the floor with everybody else, but not just me. I had to give 20 CDs. I hadn't really got 20 CDs at that particular time, but I did. Somebody gave me. Next time I went back, I went with some more, because outside there were so women and men crying to see their loved ones in the Tama mortuary place there at the hospital. It was a most pitiful place. And then when I wanted to do a poo-poo, I had to go to the maternity block. When I saw the maternity block at that hospital, oh! Wow. How the women had their babies there. They'd been better having them outside. What can I say about it? But I saw it.
Yeah.
My husband died here 2.5 years ago. I'm going to do whatever I can to let know other people. And I gave my 20 CDs to the people outside so they could see their loved one and take them back.
Is this the hospital on the main road? in
Tama.
General?
Is it on the main road, that hospital?
Tama General Hospital.
I
That's
can't
right.
remember through the tears and
Yeah.
the pain. But I was meant to go on that road with my darling husband, and he wouldn't have minded. He was a real Yorkshire man. He'd have loved him to bits. He had a smile, on top of a smile. And when he hugged me like he was never going to let go. And as he was dying, remember that, it's still on video, isn't it? Me dancing with him, with John Holt. I went to see John Holt before he died with my children. And we gave John Holt to sing, and I said, I know all John's own songs, and if you ask me to sing them now, play the music, I'll sing them, but I can't just sing them just like that, because I love all his songs. Great man. He was anointed by the Queen. He served the world so well. All the stars, Bob Marley, he was the same. He never had the chance, but his music, he didn't have to live long, because his music is fresh today as when he made it.
Yes.
It's just you've made it. Some silly people have got an award off the Queen to say it, but they're not the original Bob Marley. And he wouldn't sell that when he was alive. It's like me, I won't sell this land while I'm alive. So I'm praying that none of my children and none of my grandchildren will sell this land. It will always have to go and say for the people. Because I bought it from TDC. You know, Mr. Abbey was in control then.
Yeah.
Very nice gentleman. Very nice. He phoned me today. I don't know why he phoned me. Maybe he's sorry because he didn't come and say hi and goodbye.
Yeah. Yeah. Grandma, as we are coming to the end of this just delightful chat, I want to ask you some just rapid fire questions. Don't think too much about them. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
So,
if I don't want to answer it, I won't answer it. Okay, yeah.
So, Ghana jollof or Jamaican jerk chicken?
Oh, that's a wicked question. Isn't that a wicked question? What will we say? A little bit of jollof and a little bit of doop, 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 doop.
There you
the
go.
Fire.
Fire.
So I got a fire down below in my heart.
So, Grandma the Rasta.
Yeah.
So which one? A little bit of this, a little bit of that?
It just have to be a bit of this and a bit of that, because the two go together. Because don't forget, they are from Africa.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Your jerky came from Africa.
Yes, indeed.
If I manage to grow any peppers, I give each one of the church, because my husband was Salvation Army, a couple of peppers in a bag from Ghana. But I can't do it now because it's illegal to take anything like that out of the country.
Indeed. Okay, another one. Trotro, follow me, or chauffeur-driven car?
Oh, my follow me trotro any day. I still have one. I just got rid of my truck that I had.
Yeah.
And he was and I'll give it to a gentleman who was a very good driver, and he's turned it into an in-living, and it was about 20 odd years old. But he's turned it around, this truck, and he's actually feeding his family, and I think he bought me some bags of cement for this place. Okay. Yeah.
All right. Sewing machine or wheelchair donation?
Oh, wow. Now that's another thing. I'm hesitating so deeply because a wheelchair is so essential, but the sewing machine is so essential. Once that needle goes up and down, yes. And when I gave, when I was with the girls with AIDS in the villages, I went and did programs in there with the girls with AIDS, and I gave them the machine and the cotton and the sewing. They're the hidden girls of Ghana. You've still got them. You've still got them. Yeah. And we did a show for the AIDS Foundation here, and we made earrings out of condoms and belts out of condoms.
How many condoms does it take to make a belt?
Quite a lot, actually, because they were all joined together, and they're very pretty, because there's all different colours, isn't there, in condoms?
Quite
and the bags are all prettily there, and they were given by a British company, condoms all over Ghana, free.
Okay.
Big place in Accra, yeah. Oh, I've joined it all and I've smelled it and there's something. I'll have a go at that.
Hymns or high life?
Pardon?
Hymns, church hymns or high life?
Oh, they are together because they're music. You can't separate them.
Okay.
You can't.
Quiet life in Canterbury or busy life in Community 25?
Community 25, all the rubbish, all the mosquitoes, all the lies, all the this, all the that. This is the magic. Because each day I can do something positive, even if it's sweep up, even if it's pull a weed. I can do something positive every single day. Right. I do in Canterbury, but I more or less have to walk about with my walker, and there's the crazy old lady from Africa, she's back again.
Ghana jollof or British roast?
Oh, jollof.
Tea or sobolo?
Tea or
Sobolo.
what's that?
Sobolo is this juice made from hibiscus.
I haven't.
The red wine, kind of wine. It looks like this color.
I have to admit it is a cup of tea. And I don't really mind what type of tea either. I don't mind the herby tea, but I do tend to like Yorkshire tea.
Okay.
It's a bit of a gift.
Yes, indeed.
A cup of Yorkshire tea.
Early morning prayer or late night reflections?
Both.
Wheelchair donation or walk of hope day?
Both.
Strict discipline or soft encouragement?
Oh, I put up with anything.
Yeah.
Anything.
UK winter or Ghana sunshine?
I worship the sun.
Did you do topless bathing back in the day?
Never. I was afraid of my boobs.
They scared you?
Yeah, I didn't know that you had to put them in a baby's mouth.
A big baby?
I won't know when my children were born. I didn't bloody know nothing, did I? I was a bit upset about that. And they were upset coming out. I thought, why I punished? What have I done to deserve this? I truly did. But it didn't matter. I did have to feed my baby because I didn't have any money then.
Yeah.
By force.
Did you get used to breastfeeding in the end?
I've breastfed all my babies. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Nice.
It's an honour to do it, I suppose.
It is.
Well, very painful though. No pain, no gain.
That's it. Lead the march or watch from the crowd?
Oh, march. I've still got feet, and if I don't have feet, I can get a chair, can't I?
Yes.
Like Philip.
Yep. Speak your mind or keep the peace?
Don't ask me to. He's right about ask me to walk on water if you ask that. No, I don't make peace. I try to see a positive end if I can, and I'm not always right, but I feel much better if I have achieved than if I don't achieve. It really makes me feel a bit sad.
Okay.
But that's self-pity and being greedy. I should accept that. I know it's a part of what our Lord wants.
Okay.
You can't have all the good all the time.
Yeah.
You have to learn. But I haven't learned that very well. I haven't. Tolerance, I haven't. I have a terrible temper. I fly out in anger when I shouldn't do.
You scream and curse?
It's because of the youth. I blame it on that. What else can I blame it on? Really. And anyway, it's just down to me.
Yeah.
It is really down to me as a person.
Yes.
But I'm still not controlling it. I don't think I ever will.
Yeah.
Because I might be angry with my master. But the thing when my hubby died at the Tama hospital, I thanked my master, even though the circumstances where I died and everybody was dying around us, and not one of us had a doctor. There was 50 to 60 people there, all in dirty wheelchairs there, and not one of us was seen by a doctor.
And you
He
didn't
died
get angry?
holding my hand tightly, and he said, "I love you," and he left me. They let me lie on the bed with him for a few hours, so I was very grateful for that. So I'll forget about all the nasty, horrible things where I couldn't find him.
Yeah.
And he was the only white man there. He didn't see me and make any difference.
Yeah, should have found
Because we're all equal, aren't we, in the eyes of God?
it. Indeed. Faith or fear in difficult moments?
Pardon?
Faith or fear in difficult moments?
Both.
Both.
I feared the gun when it was my head in the coup d'etat. Yeah.
Yeah, the gun. Start again at 20 or stay at 90 with your
I'll
wisdom?
stay at 90.
Yeah.
Can't be greedy, because my way of thinking, and I couldn't learn how to use a laptop because of the blindness now coming. It's that I can't do the computer. I can't do anything.
What's your vision like now? I mean, what
It's
can you
pretty
what
bad.
Can,
It's
what can you
gone
see?
altogether. I can see you, I can see a person, and that is it. I can't see my face, I can't see my eyes, I can't see my hair when I comb it, I can't see anything. I can't see, I've got a air fryer, but I can't see the writing on the air fryer. I can't see the writing on my microwave, I can't see anything like that. And I can't read a book, and I can't read Braille, although I have a lot of Braille books here, especially for children and that. You know.
Was it gradual, or it just kind of happened?
Yeah, it's degenerate as well, because I was malnutrition probably when I was younger. I don't really know whether I was eating or things like that. I don't know. And you see, all this side of the face was quite well damaged. Yeah. So, but look at me now. And I'm going back to England now, and I'm having that magic injection. And I'm hoping it's going to benefit the rest of the world, because it's in experimental stages. So I'm happy to have my body used as a guinea pig for the world.
It's a kind of revolutionary treatment.
Yeah.
How will it work? They will inject
With
you?
a huge injection.
In your eye? Where?
No, in my body.
Okay.
Yeah, in my arm, yeah. It's a bit of magic.
Yeah. I hope it works out well.
Oh, it's been working for, I had one the first 6 months, and I had one here. The doctor here did it for me, bless him. I had to carry it with me. It's illegal to carry it, but somehow God gave me permission to carry it in, to have it here. And that's why I'm sitting talking to you right now, and I'll go back to England and revamp. Because I'm thinking it might bring, because I can see that's quite bright, that. And I can't see, you know, I can see, like, it's stupid, I know. I can see that tree, but I can't see the tree. I can see the shape of it, but I can't see the leaves and the arms of the tree.
So it's like general, but not specific.
You say, well, funny feeling. And then some days you'll get a black cloud in front of you, just a black cloud, and the whole world will go black. And then you'll have to stand, pull yourself together, don't start crying. It's happened, a blackout, you know, but you don't do that. You have to stand and relax, and it gradually might come back, a bit of something. And it's surprising. When you fall, you don't seem to hurt yourself as much.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I can walk round here, every place, in the dark. But it's never dark in Africa, because your sun is, your moon and everything is so, you don't forget, it's so near the earth. So you don't get total blackness here in the night, do you? And your stars, they twinkle so bright, don't they? So bright.
You love it here.
Yeah. I said I've never seen stars. I went when I went to America, to that Disneyland place I hated. We travelled into space, and I thought I catched a falling star. Every time when I come out of Ghana, I get out of the plane. It's a bit more automated now. I used to say, I'm going to catch a star as soon as I get out of my plane. There's my star waiting. And you say, bluff on your beans. I can hear her speaking a bit of language. They say I'm a bloody fool. That bluff on your beans. They say, Mini Sunny, Mini Paul. They just shut up, and they think I can speak Gar then, so I go, give myself a little shake, dust myself down, continue my journey.
Last of the random questions. Thank you in Ga, or the naughty words in Ga that you say.
Uradon.
Yes. Which one do you prefer, that one or the naughty words?
No, I have my Uradon. I can say thank you, Ghana. Thank you.
You can indeed.
Thank you, everywhere I go.
You can.
Thank you for allowing me to walk on your soil. Thank me. I thank you so much for all these treasured people, and for the people that passed through my life here and made me feel, because I never really thought, you see, I was anything until someone adopted me. But Ghana, you made me feel real. You made me be a real person. You made me to tolerate this and tolerate. I haven't done it very well. I haven't brought my family up the way I should have done. I didn't really live by any law. That's a bad thing I did, but I am apologising to God every day. I always ask him to forgive me before I say my prayer, because he knows very well. So I hope I am here in this lovely place. If not, my ashes will be brought here. It's not a demand I make. It's just, and if I can have some little ashes sprint it round and round or wherever, or on the sea. I used to love going in the sea here when it was raining. And it's so hot. It feels as though the water's boiling, doesn't it? You get in that sea when rain is falling. Sha! I did my first board here and followed away. Yeah, on my tummy on a board. And I can't swim. I've been terrified of water all my life. Absolutely terrified of water. Don't know what, something happened, they said. That's why I'm deaf as well as a sign. Worse. But I can't, I'm blessed. Look at me here. I can hear the birdies singing. Can you hear them?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear the birdies?
Yeah.
Lovely, aren't they?
They are.
Well, you're beautiful people. Do you love your work?
Yes. Love
Do you?
100%.
Does it make you happy?
Too much.
Too much?
Just talking to you I'm happy.
That's good.
I love it, yeah.
And it's important, isn't it, to
Yeah.
smile?
Mm-hmm.
It really is. And even sometimes I meet somebody who's awfully important and not supposed to talk like that to them. I think, oh, kiss my bum bum. You know what I mean? Because it's not necessary. You know, there's no procedure of life. I don't know what I'm going to do when I meet my master and my saviour.
Yes.
But I know he's there. And I know. And I know he's in charge of this. That lady across the road when they started building. There's so many babies and children buried underground and these beautiful buildings. The women were having the children, being pregnant, and I was the very first one to get a water around here. I got a tank, let them have it, to wash their babies when they're born, so none died. And the underground of all these houses, your foundations of your mansions. And look at the people how they have to work and get pregnant and be with their men and everything. The babies after babies born round here. I used to take the women to the up centre. They were useless there. They sent one of the young girls back here. And the man eventually murdered her. They didn't do nothing about it. Couldn't prove it was murder. He'd just beaten her to death nearly, but they couldn't prove it was murder. And I took care of that young lady. But anyway, she had a little boy. He's deaf and dumb. But he's not deaf and dumb now. He's a young man and he's a soldier man. So there's sunshine at the end of it.
Always.
Because I told her I'd always keep an eye on her boy.
Always.
And we did. I buy hearing aids and give them to their school at Sharma now. There's a lot of schools here had the hearing aids like I've got.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Grandma.
Yeah. One on the land here. Deaf and dumb.
Thank you so much for your time.
Oh.
For your time.
Well, it's just, I'd have to thank my master because without him, you see, I can't serve any of you. I can't do anything, can I? Really. We've all got, haven't we? It's just sometimes I need my battery recharging.
Yes.
I'd get too excited and I dream a dream that one day I'll wake up in the botanical garden. I just dream it. But it's your land. It's not my land. It's your land. That tree there is one of my favourite. And some people who give me bars of soap sometimes, I give them out to people if I get them. Because when I go around collecting things, sacks of rice and things, and they give them to the people. They're given out to the people, always, everything. Because I'll take one for myself.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, and I don't take much to feed now. Because I used to be quite chubby actually. But I don't. Yesterday I bought a bit of Bluff-Onion beef food from the supermarket.
What was that?
What did I buy? Some octopus. They cook octopus in the supermarket, in the shopping mall there. Octopus, I love octopus.
Next time I come, I'll bring you some.
I don't like snails. I have tried to grow snails here. I did have a lot of snails, but they ate them all. They were very hungry and there's not much food. So I still have a dream because you see, snails are the only vegetarian thing that is pure for. I learned how to use them in when I was in France, the baby ones, you know, and that they didn't mind them. But yeah, but I'm not a pure vegetarian. I'm not pure nothing, actually, if you want to know the truth. But I'm honoured. I'm really honoured. I don't know why you're here, because I'm not worth it.
You are.
But if you can help our Philip to get his batteries and get him back on that road in Accra.
Yes.
And if you like, join Herbert Mensa at his marathon on the 10th, please.
Okay.
Because he needs a little bit more. I got the honour of going to the palace and everything. I loved that man. And then I got the honour of shaking hands, you will not believe it, with all the high Muslim people, because the marathon starts from there. And I had to put a scarf on my hair,
yes,
you know, which I did. And I got to shake all that. I felt like a glowworm. I thought I'd been purified, you know what I mean? You know, I felt really good that they would shake my hand. I said to Herbert, what an honour. And he's a very nice man. His daddy was a very nice man too, very kind. He was Rothman's cigarettes, you know.
Yes.
And I went with him many years, and my friends, we went up, he used to go where the waterfall is, and he had a tobacco farm up there. He still gets a few royalties from the Rothmans, he still retains that, I think. But Herbert's worked hard for this country, he really has. And he's got the dedication, and he's got a lovely girl. He had a challenge with his marriage. I said to him, well, you know, it'll work out. He said, will it? I said, Auntie Mavis. I said, of course it will. I said, just get up and say, don't use your children as weapons in your marriage. Stand up, shout it. And he got custody back of his little girl.
Good one. All right,
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very much too.
We'll come again.
Oh, I'm going to England in a few days' time.
Yes.
I've been on first class once when there were some empty seats. And once I've been on first class. I thought I might be able to do a marathon. My intentions was, if the date, I was going to do the marathon in the sky on my aeroplane, and I was going to ask BA if they would collect money and we could give it to Herbert for the marathon. But unfortunately, I realised the stupidity of my mind. I didn't I'm leaving on the 8th.
Yes, and the
marathon. Are you within that? Yeah. Now, if I'd done that, I could have done the marathon, because I'd have been here on the 9th and I'd been flying over the space and I'd got there in the plan. And I wanted to do that marathon for Herbert. I haven't told him, that's a secret, so don't tell him.
We won't. Grandma, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Enjoy the rest.
I'm sorry, you didn't even have any agua.
I did.
Did you have agua?
And we'll drink some more when we are done.
Well, it's a pleasure. I'm sure you're all pretty people. And if I can do and help you in any way, it'd be an honour to help in any way. But if you can bless this land, and it is a selfish, greedy thing to make it grow and to be fertile. If there's anybody there loves flowers, birds, Sophia Gardens now have found a new creature they didn't know. It was founded by Spike Milligan, who was a bit of an eccentric person.
Comedian,
A comedian, etc. And it was he came from Canterbury area. That was a coincidence, actually. Yeah. And so I've always go to Sophia Gardens quite a lot when I get there. I go to Bluebell Hill. I healed the nightingale.
Yes.
It's a bit early for my nightingale at the moment, but he'll be around later. This place, at a certain time when I first came here, it was pitch black. Why do you think it was pitch black?
No electricity.
Huh?
No electricity. Trees. No electricity.
Well, that's obvious.
You brought the electricity here.
I'm asking you to think a little bit deeper than that.
That's the level
I'm asking, that's a challenge I'm asking you.
Trees and no
Can
lights.
I interview you?
Yes.
You know, well, the trees were covered in bats.
Ooh.
Bats, B-A-T-S. You still have them at the military
37.
hospital
37.
in Accra,
Yeah.
37. You still have the bats there. And these trees used to be bats.
Were they pooping all around the place?
They chopped cheese down where they shouldn't have chopped them down. Well, the amputee boys used to practice here, you see, because that was going to be. I did buy a plastic roll of green grass, so I said, look the Lord. So one of my children said, Grandma, our Jesus has been busy again. He says, we've got grass. I said, come on then, let's roll in it. So we rolled this big piece of carpet there in the middle, and we all rolled on it together.
Good
Because
fun.
Jesus loves the shine out, and we used to
Well,
all the and there were the children I used to look after from the affordable housing down there, and there used to be so many of them, and the parents used to, and they flooded, and they left me, and I had nothing to eat. I fed them all, and we had to carry them home, all the way down there, from here. That's the church, little Sunday school in the back. So that's going to be part. But what I'm asking is the story that's on our walls, if this can be. I don't want any money. If you've got a bag of gold to spare, then go and buy us a tree, go and buy us a plant, go and buy something positive for this land to bring it back. And put every tree that goes on here can be a medicine. Because you see, I have brought the New Life Church here from the UK, from the Kent University. Ghanaian girls and different people of nationality. They came to Desolan when it was full of snakes, and they all had to bring a pair of Wellingtons with them. They didn't do any flipping work, you know. We couldn't. We had the prayer room. There was no buildings. And they were afraid of the snakes.
Yeah.
But they came.
Yeah.
Came.
And now you've gotten me curious. I want to read everything that's on the walls before the night falls.
Go all the way around.
Yes, we're going to do that right now.
You'll see some peculiar things.
I will, but I'm ready.
Are you ready for it?
I am, Grandma. Thank
go,
you.
Man, go.
Go, man, go. Thank you very much. And that's our conversation with Grandma Mavis Hyde. What a beautiful conversation. Let's read in the comments. My name is Kafui Dey. Oh, you are done. How long do you think we've been talking for?
5 minutes.
2.5 hours.
Never.
Yes.
You talk too much.
Yes,
That's your problem.
You listen a lot.
You talk too much.
2.5 hours.
Never.
Yes, we started at 3.
Time flies.
Yes, I'm telling you. We started at 3. It's 5:39.
It's amazing.
Yeah, but you have good stories.
Forgive me.
No, what's there to forgive?
Sorry about that.
No. I'm going to go watch. I'm going to read all the stuff around before the night falls.
And they have a look in these buildings.
I will.
This is the dream for the students when they come.
Okay.
I hope about 6 or 7 at a time, and they spend the holidays here.
Okay.
So I found some beds, recycled beds and things. So it's nothing much, and all the tiles are broken tiles, and everything is not complete. But I've got my little church and one thing as well, and we've got a little bit of something.
I like the way you say
everywhere.
a little.
Just a
Because that's the Jamaica style.
yeah. Oh, I'm a Raj girl.
Grandma.
You're having some lovely program on your television now. You've got the real Jamaican man who does music, isn't he? He's a real good entertainer too for the music. And you're getting a lot more music, but play a little bit more High Life.
High Life.
You know, when you had your anniversaries the other week, I heard a lot of the old High Life, and I was singing along. Thought, ooh, I can still
Boogie
move my
around,
bottom.
boogie around.
Yeah. Well, walk around.
We will.